All right, Walt, let's do it. Let's go live here. Let's see. I believe we're getting speed on. I think we're out there. You folks can let us know if you can hear us. If the audio and everything is good, I'll give it a little bit to get feedback from folks of whether it's good or not. Please smash those thumbs ups, ring the bell, all that kind of good stuff.
Tonight's cinnamon gelato was perfect because
what
he
is
never
that, Walt?
actually ordered it. One crew overheard he was craving it and thought it would be
I can hear
It's
that.
my phone, sorry.
Yeah, seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Hit the mute button.
What the over?
Okay, so all right, listen, while we're waiting for Babyface to join us, Walter's already here. Let me remind you guys to go to hankstrange.com. That's the place to go. You're going to see very shortly that we've upgraded hankstrange.com. There will be the new website. So you guys will get a chance to look at that. But go check out the site. You can find all the different ways to support us, all the different platforms that we're on. For example, you want to sign up for U.S. Law Shield, you can go there. We've got a link. We've got links and all that kind of stuff that's there. In the chat, I also posted a link, as well as you can find links to Blackout Coffee. Yes, I am drinking coffee now, Walt. I'm all crazy about the cold brew, actually. I'm a big cold brew dude now. I'm all about that cold brew, yo.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah, here's BFP joining us here.
From the Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, listen. So let's. I think we've got everyone in here. Let's get this on and popping. Let me smash the open and let's do this thing.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
All right, guys, don't forget to hit those thumbs ups, ring the bell, all that kind of stuff. If you hear someone, there you go, boom, someone's ringing the bell. We are live. This is the Who Moved Your Freedom podcast. This is episode 830. Who moved my freedom?
There it is.
Man, I forgot the name of the show, Patrick.
I know.
How long has it been?
I gave you a look. I don't know if you can
I
see
saw
it.
that. I was like, what did I do? It's episode 830, Free for All Monday. I'm coming live from Reno, Nevada, from an undisclosed location. Could be,
Bunker.
Bunker under the desert. And I'm joined by my friends Babyface P. There he goes, right there. Thanks for joining us, Patrick. I'm glad you could pull yourself away from.
I was stuffing my face
Kyle
with
Rittenhouse
bitter
trial.
real quick.
Yeah.
I was busy stuffing my face to try to get something in me before this, but you're welcome. You're very welcome. I'm glad I could grace you with my presence.
Oh, thank you, Kimasabi.
I have a Costco pizza en route. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah, we are also joined by Walter K. Keller.
Fresh back from Sema, Keller.
Yeah. Showing off. Isn't your middle name K?
No, I have a middle initial. I'm
Oh,
a W.
Oh, you're W. Oh, so your dad is K. One of them is K. One of you guys is K. No one's K.
K what?
Like
Why,
just
KK?
just an initial. Like I'm saying, what is the your initial is W. What's there for?
It's it.
Just W. Just
Initial
W.
only.
Just W.
Yep.
I don't know.
WW. Yep.
Don't know what that means. Armament and
knew that was a
Axis
thing,
gave
yeah.
us some money.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah. Shout out to Asper Warrior out there. He says Nevada so fancy. So if anyone needs a shout out, we'll do that. Big shout out to Franklin Armory, as you guys could see down there. I was actually visiting with the guys at Franklin Armory yesterday. That's what I did over the weekend. Hung out with the folks from Franklin Armory as well as the folks from Bushmaster. Ooh.
Okay.
What?
Everybody had the same question I did.
What?
One, ACR.
ACR? Okay, so listen, let me...
Words matter. Words matter now. Come on. How you said that. Yeah.
Are you talking about the picture that I shared?
Yes.
That's basically what you're talking about. Okay, so
Yes.
we're going to explain that later on here in the show. Once we get through all the intros and everything, we will do that. We'll explain what that's all about. I'll tell you guys about what I can tell you from hanging out with the folks from not only Franklin Armory but also Bushmaster. we will get into that. There's so many things going on. It's Free for All Monday. There's the Rittenhouse thing going on. The Babyface is going to be our special correspondent.
Oh God, he got more toys.
Oh, Lord,
He
here he
got
goes.
more
I
with
can
that.
definitely be a correspondent on that. I have watched just about every moment of the Rittenhouse trial, and it has
Yeah,
been glorious.
with his night vision on.
This just came in the mail today. I took a picture. It's on Instagram, but that is as far as I've got. Well, I fixed it because I bought it broken, so I fixed it, and I haven't really had a chance to even go outside and use it yet. So we're going to do that after the show tonight.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of different things that we're going to cover. So let's see. I know if folks have questions or whatever in the chat, we'll deal with that. The first thing I do want to do is cover something like I didn't know about this. No one told me. None of you guys out there let me know about this. And I've been traveling quite a lot lately. But rest in peace to our friend Judd Foster of False Tech. Wow, that was like, oh man. That hit me like a ton of bricks. I did not know that he passed.
A couple months ago.
It was a while ago he passed away.
I didn't know. I didn't know this.
I thought I texted you it.
No.
We talked about it on the show, I thought.
No. Well, this happened October 8th, I think, right? Something like that. So rest in peace, Judd. Did we talk about it on the show? I don't think so. I do not remember us talking about it.
I think we did. Because I remember saying that's so weird. Let me see if I have a picture of it.
No, I didn't. I did not know this. I did not know this at all. Unless there's something wrong with me, but I didn't know. I did not know. And Judd was a cool dude. He was cool with us. We've done stuff with Fostech. Nice. Yeah, but outside of doing things with Fostech, I mean, Judd was just a good guy, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and whenever I saw him anywhere.
Sorry, I'm interrupting, but Hank, I did send you a potential ass missile. It's not quite a missile, but it is something you can prototype and get out there. So we can talk about that too.
Don't sully Judd's name with the ass missiles right now. I was
interrupting with something entertaining.
Ass missiles right now, okay? Unless
he was in a solemn moment there.
Unless they're binary, binary ass missiles. But yeah. But listen,
non-binary ass missiles. They're non-binary.
Oh. Listen, man, Judd was a really cool guy. I've met so many people in his family. Fostech is full of people related to Judd.
I must have not said anything.
No, I did not know.
I saw it, but I
know.
must have not even
I knew about it. That's why I said when you posted it, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad, but it's kind of old news, I thought. You know, it's like
Archangel says Danny from Talflatermouse passed also. What? Okay,
which one is that? That's the guy with the shooting shotguns. I know who Talflatermouse is, but I don't remember Danny specifically.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't know how many people. Is that actually Talflatermouse? Or no, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll look into that. But listen, Judd was cool. His whole family's cool. I actually reached out to them on that post they put on Facebook, and I sent my condolences. Yeah, it's that news hit me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I did not know this. So rest in peace, Judd. And if we can do anything here for the folks from Fostech, I'll be happy to do it. You know, we've done stuff with Fostech in the past. And
he was nice. He came out and visited. He actually toured through Florida and stopped by.
Yeah, he stopped by, he visited us and brought things, and we did videos on that. And he sent us a project. Remember, Walt? That's that lightweight 22
Oh,
thing.
yeah. We made it run. Yeah, that was a.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know. It's just weird. I didn't know about that. So I'm sorry to hear it. He was just a really cool dude. He's one of the coolest people I've met doing this whole thing. And I don't know what the circumstances are of that whole situation. So, yeah.
Before I forget, not to change the subject, I see Richard Monders in the chat. I ran across this afternoon here. Right before the show. I'm looking at some stuff popped up on the YouTubes, and it was about over in the UK. The politicians are trying to limit the aftermarket modification market to cars and motorcycles. So you can't modify your bikes or cars.
But what else are you going to modify?
Well,
that's the number one thing that people modify in the world.
They've tried to do that here too, and it's not the first time, I guess, over in England or the UK, I say. So if for any of our British friends that are listening, contact your so-called representatives and give them an earful.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, it sucks, but there's going to be that coming when people think that all these rules are just going to affect us and what we do in the 2A world. That's not true. It's going to.
They wanna.
Yeah.
But those stupid politicians and bureaucrats. A lot of bureaucrats, not even
That's
elected
exactly what
people.
it is.
These are people that get they get the job because they apply for it, and But anyways, they don't realize how large the aftermarket.
It's huge. I mean, we just went to Sema show. That's what Sema show is about.
Hundreds of thousands of people work in that area. Not only work in it, supply them. It's always to
save the planet.
It's always to save the planet.
That crazy chick.
Now,
what's her
they
name?
don't give a shit about jumping on a corporate jet or their private jets and flying to these meetings, but they want to tell you can't put a change. I mean, it'd be as simple as changing the hand grips on your motorcycle.
Yeah,
nothing like that. So
Did you?
What if you tint your windows? What if you tint your windows? Is it a crime?
Exactly.
Do you get arrested? What were you going to say, Patrick?
Everybody at that meeting, at the environmental summit, they did not use Teslas. They used a non-Tesla electric car, and everybody got their own electric car to chauffeur them to and
Doesn't
from
that
the
make
hotel
you want to buy Tesla even more that all these guys are hating on them?
Not only was that the case, they didn't do Tesla because they had something against Elon Musk for whatever.
He's trying to be too free.
They don't have enough chargers. They didn't have enough chargers to do like 200 of these cars.
Because they didn't use Teslas.
Walter knows exactly where we're going with this. What did they use, Walter, to charge those cars?
Generators. Diesel generators, probably.
Yep.
Oh, what?
Diesel generator on top of a charger.
So, in addition to the diesel generator, they had to bring all those generators there, and they didn't bring them in an electric car.
No.
Okay. And they had to bring fuel trucks in to fill up those diesel generators, and they didn't drive in
diesel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But they're the ones that are going to save the world.
Yeah.
The only thing they're going to save is their pocketbook and put more of your money in their pocketbook. That's all.
More of your money. That's right.
Yeah. By the way, if I'm seeming subdued, it's still office hours here. Like I said in the beginning, I'm in Reno, Nevada, at an undisclosed location of a very awesome company that might be on my shirt. Okay.
Interesting. I don't know what that is.
I don't want to get them. I'll give you a hint. Actually, I could show you guys. I'll show you some stuff here.
We've gone from I can't talk about it to...
I'm not saying it. So listen, the Archangel says that YouTube came out with new policies directly affecting gun channels and video monetization. Have you seen any of this?
No.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Patrick, if you could pull that up, maybe even send me a link, and if you text it to me or something. I'll put that here, but I had no clue about that. A whole bunch of different stuff going on. So we're talking about cars. Walter and I were at Sema show. We're talking about modifying your cars. We're at Sema show. Walt, did you have a good time?
I had a good time. Yeah, it's good hanging with you and Lola. I mean, it's always keeps it interesting. Excuse me.
I don't know. What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean?
there's constant banter between the two of them.
What's that supposed to mean, Patrick? Keeps it interesting. Yeah. First of all, Walter loves Lola and tolerates me. Let's put it that way. He's always taking Lola's side in everything.
Where do you want to go, Walt? And then those two start going at it. And I'm like, you know what? I just follow you.
This is where I'm transmitting from right now. This is where I'm transmitting from. I'll just put it up here briefly. Yeah, that's my van. So
sleeping in the parking lot?
I probably will be. Over the weekend, I was staying at a big hotel casino around here. But I'll probably hang out here. I got everything. Oh, listen, before we even get into Sema show, which we're going to cover everything you guys want to cover today. But so I had a very bad experience today that I want to share with the world.
You pooped your pants for the first time.
What happened?
Has anyone seen the movie RV with Robin Williams?
Yeah, I didn't get the reference. You mentioned that, and I did not understand the reference.
Did you see that movie?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you guys haven't seen it. So the people who've seen it know what. So I'll explain what happened to you. So for the last 2 weeks or whatever, I've been on the road, and I drove up here, and I've been using my van. I've been staying in the van, using the facilities and everything. So that stuff needs to get dumped. So I decided, I need to dump it. I looked it up. There's a place, a gas station, that was near here, and I said, okay, I'm going to go to this gas station. I'm going to dump. And then I'm going to fill up my propane so that if I need the heat, it's kind of cold here. Mm-hmm. So I was going to do all that. I went there. The around the place where the sewer connection is, where you put your hose into that to dump everything. Mm-hmm. There was this big concrete, I want to say like a little wall. It was maybe 6 inches high.
Don't tell me.
Did you get
so
some
just
flashback?
Just listen to me for a second. So this was around the thing. Then they put 4 posts, steel posts, on the outside perimeter of that. So I couldn't get anywhere near this thing. So the hose that I have that I've been using in my van all this time, it came with it, and it's kind of like a cheap hose. That could not reach that thing.
Uh-oh.
So I'm stretching this thing all the way out. Okay? I have this thing stretched to the limit to get in there, and I got I have a bottle of windshield washer fluid, and it's weighing the thing down inside of the thing so it doesn't move, right? And I'm stretching it, and I'm holding it, stretching it, and then I go to the van because I'm so far away I can't pull the handle. You have to pull the handle, and there's a gate that opens, and then everything from the black tank, for example, let's say, dumps out. So I go to pull that thing, and the minute the water and everything else hits that, it broke apart.
Oh, I was gonna say, oh shit!
It broke apart. Yes, and everything went everywhere. I was wearing gloves and all that kind of stuff, but everything went everywhere. So I shut off the thing. There's a hose. There's like a hose there, and I was washing everything down. I was like, "What am I gonna do?" This thing just shredded. It was all over the place.
You got to go buy a new hose now.
Yeah, so I washed it all down. So I went to the guy, and because the guy had walked away, and I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry, but this hose just fell apart on me." And he was like, "Oh, it's okay." So I washed everything down. Then I went to a Walmart and bought new stuff, and then I had to come back, hook up, finish the dump, flush that, then flush my gray water and everything. There was no place there for me to fill up. There was a hose, but it wasn't I couldn't connect it to my van in order to fill up. So I have a little bit of water. I think I have 45% of the tank of fresh water. But yeah, man. And then I got my propane, and everyone was looking at me, and I'm washing everything down. I'm washing down the van.
Because you stunk up the whole place.
Yeah, I'm spraying bleach. I have those spray bottles you have. I'm spraying that all over my. It was horrible, man. I am fully an RVer now. Fully an RVer.
So let's just say you had a shitty day.
Yeah,
man,
much worse than me.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Money, 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 money. Money.
John Crump just gave us $5 here. Big thanks to John Crump. He says, "Welcome back. Also, check out the article that just dropped." And Asper Warrior, he's got jokes. He says, "Fully automatic gas missiles." Yeah, that was friendly fire. No, actually, that was an accidental discharge.
Oh, God.
Actually, John Crump also says, "I love Babyface."
Really?
Isn't that sweet?
What is that about? Is this a declaration of... is there something going on with you guys I need to know about?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure why, but appreciate it.
So, yeah, should we go to... Before we go to other things, since Crump is saying that there's an article, should we take a look at that?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. Let's go here. 50 AFT employees processed 500,000 comments in record time. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, according to a leak,
they processed them right in the delete file, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, according to a leak supplied by Gun Owners of America, the BATF, blah blah blah, has finished reviewing all public comments received for pistol stabilizing braces and unfinished receivers. The Free Beacon released the cover sheet. MLN News has obtained the rest of the document. MLN News reported earlier that 2 teams of 50 ATF employees started the review process for both sets of comments on October 1st, 2021. The ATF received just under $300,000 for unfinished frames and receivers. Pistolizing, stabilizing braces came in at $50,000, fewer at just $250,000.
How can they process? What are
Yeah, so that's what was it? $500,000.
There's no way they could process that. Is the answer?
What does process mean?
10,000 comments. So it breaks down to 10,000 comments per ATF employee. So they weren't reading anything, basically.
No.
They weren't reading. They were like,
No.
"Oh, here's a comment. Here's a comment.
Negative,
here's a
negative,
comment,
negative,
here's a
right in the
comment."
garbage.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Does that surprise anybody? Because it doesn't surprise me at all.
No, I'm not surprised. It sucks. I mean, ATF sucks, so we all know that,
Yeah.
right? We know that here. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other thing in there that I'm trying to flip through it right now, but yeah.
I don't think anybody doubts.
I hope
that
ultimately, I
know
hope
what
they
they're gonna
back
do.
off of all of this. I hope they back off of it. But,
I don't think so.
well, yeah.
They're not going to back. This is all just a matter of procedure.
Yep.
They have to do the procedure. They're going to do whatever the F they want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately so. I still keep my fingers crossed. I still,
what I got
do my prayers and everything. Oh, look at that, Walter. You're rocking. That's a DZ build from our friend.
That's from a man called Yeti. But,
Yeah. And that's a DZ and Barnauls build.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that was Barnauls too? Okay.
Yeah. And you're rocking an Armadillo Liners hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice. This is all from
Yes,
Sema
sir.
Show. So let's talk Sema Show a little bit here before we get into Rittenhouse. Trust me, we're going to get into it. Babyface has been
I've been keeping you guys up to date.
busting at the seams. Like, I'm driving, and Patrick is sending stuff, and I'm listening to it. I'm like,
It's
oh my
that
God.
bad.
Yeah.
It has
So-
been that bad for the prosecution. Anyways, go for it.
Yeah.
You guys go at it.
Sema
This-
Show.
this-
Sema
this,
Show.
This is obviously a jury trial, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are in week 2. Today was day 1 of week 2 of the jury trial. We'll cover it after Sema.
Yeah. So, Sema, Walt, you had a good time. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
give
Let me
us
give
your
you my
take.
quick review of Sema. Sema this year was not what Sema normally is. There was a lot. They had a brand new hall they opened, ginormous freaking building, awesome build. If you like looking at the way buildings are built, this freaking thing was huge. But they brought a lot of people that were inside into that building and then rearranged the things. But the attendance was down as far as exhibitors go. There were blank spaces and there were empty booths and there was a lot of and in the other halls there was a lot of free space.
I'm playing
empty.
some stuff from Sema while you're talking here for the people so you can see.
Yeah, there was a
some
lot of
crazy builds that were
areas
here.
where they put tables and chairs, and normally in SEMA, they didn't have no damn tables and chairs for you to sit down inside, hardly at all.
Yeah, you can
so-
normally you can never get into any of the restaurants to buy anything because it's people. You can't get into the bathrooms. You can't get in and out of there through an Uber or Lyft.
Yeah, and then we had no problem with Uber or Lyft.
No,
We had
no problem getting food.
Getting food was not a problem if you call it
So
food.
just attendance in
it
general.
was
just
expensive.
way down.
Like, I would say yes. I think it was down some. because-
Attendance from people was down. The companies were down, and then also they made the place bigger, so that makes it look.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just
that
flipping
played a-
through
that-
some pictures of stuff while I don't
That
know
played
if
a
there's
little
anything.
part. And then some of the people we were used to always seeing, like going to Shell Oil's booth and getting some swag. Shell Oil wasn't there. That I didn't.
Oh,
see.
very little swag. Very little swag.
Yeah,
for the folks
they're
out there.
tight on the swag. Tight.
Yeah.
That's,
You know,
that's,
'cause
I mean,
where it's
what-
located.
What do you mean?
All
Where
off
it's
the port
located?
of California. You can't get that shit in right now.
Oh, yeah.
All that swag that they give
Oh,
out.
check
looks
out this.
like
Check out
haters.
Patrick. Look at this. This is a six-wheel
truck?
steering truck.
Hank, did you see the video of that truck going down Las Vegas Boulevard?
No.
They had two trucks with that could turn like that, side by side, going sideways down Las Vegas Boulevard. Make it
I'm
like
gonna
a
look
V,
that up.
a V shape going down Las Vegas Boulevard.
Crab walking. Crab walking.
Yeah, grabbing it, baby.
So
Grab
check
it.
this picture out. These are actually there's myself, Lola, Walter, and then these are some friends of ours that also own the same van as me.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
My friend Russell and his wife, they were out there.
Who got the van first? Did you get the first van, or did they get the first?
No, they did. They did. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
newbie. Check this out. By the way, our friend Jonathan from Tactical Toolbox was supposed to be with us. He couldn't make it, which is unfortunate. Look at this. Look at this Ram TRX. That is beautiful. That's a black beauty right there. Look at that thing. Look at the power. The power is just like vibrating off of that.
I don't know, man. I don't feel it.
You're not feeling the TRX?
I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling
Okay.
it. No.
Hold on. Let's see. Who are the supercar people out there?
Now you're feeling it. There you go.
Who are the supercar people? We got some supercar stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just flipping through stuff here. Brian
Was
Click
that the
wants to know if we
rebrand?
saw anything interesting. Huh?
That was kind of the rebranded Ferrari, wasn't it? Remember that one we looked at, and the only place that said Ferrari was inside on the
Oh yes,
council.
yeah, that was that. Yeah,
And that was it.
Oh, did they like redo the whole car or something?
yeah.
Oh,
This
God,
truck.
I don't like those things.
You don't like these trucks?
No, that's not for me.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is. That's swing moments right there. Swing.
Not my thing. That is not my thing.
Swing. Here is our friend Marco was there, and Marco had this cool dirt bike, electric bike thing on his build. I did a video. This is already on Stranger Palooza for anyone who wants to see that. You can find this on Stranger Palooza. Yeah.
That's an off-road electric bike?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Patrick, did you see me? Hank did it too, showing all the nice four-door Mustangs.
No, I didn't. Where did you post that up at?
It's on.
I'll come to
it's on
some of
YouTube,
those.
actually.
There's
It's on
Marco.
YouTube, I think. On Dirtfoot Racing. Yeah, that's
That's
Marco.
a
Marco's
cool
a good
dude.
guy.
Yeah, Marco
guy.
from Overland X. Shout out to him. Let me see. Lola's trying to send me messages. I'm on the show, Lola. So let's see. I'm going through. Here. This is for the gun guys. Well, and also Patrick might like this. Let's see if Patrick likes this. What do you think about this? BFP.
That looks like the thing
Is that-
from Halo.
Yep. Warthog.
Yeah, is that
It's
the
a
Warthog?
Yeah, Warthog.
It's pretty cool.
Somebody-
I like it.
They were just asking about that in the chat.
Yeah. So there
Somebody
you go.
actually built one on. What's it based on? Like, what's the chassis underneath it? Or is it?
Oh, it
Oh,
is.
it's built from
It's all
scratch.
custom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all hydraulic. It's
They based it
hydraulic
on the
with
video
steering
game.
wheel. Yeah.
Based
That's
on the
cool.
video
That's
game.
really cool.
And check this out. This is the Fast and Furious
Oh.
9 mid-engine. See the engine where it is back here?
On Earth.
That thing's
Mid-engine.
badass. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that's a Lambo engine in there. Lambo/Audi engine.
It's
Look,
not a Lambo engine.
well, no, transmission. Sorry, transmission.
Transaxle is Lambo. The other one is, I think it's a duck.
What is it? Is it what is it?
I think
The
it's a
crate
Chrysler
motor?
engine, I think.
Oh, there you
Car
go.
engine, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Were any of these things? Well, this wasn't really a sale or an auction. This is more of a show. So nothing.
It's a
was
show,
really for
yeah.
sale.
No.
This isn't for sale.
check this out. You'll like this if you like military vehicles. Ba-boom.
What is this?
Unimog.
I've never seen one.
That's a
Right.
Unimog. That's the newer style Unimog.
Yeah, Whitestack isn't that a company,
White-
Walter, that soups up Mercedes and stuff?
Westech?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's what they are. So let's see here. Oh, I like this. This is for me. Look at this. Oh, that's beautiful. Look
I have
at
to
that.
say that was the brightest photo I took in the whole weekend. Yeah.
That is an Audi Quattro for people who don't know. And oh my goodness gracious, Lola's gonna keep sending me messages here. Okay, so yeah.
As long as you guys aren't having phone sex or something, it's all right then. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna get to that
okay.
eventually.
Get lonely out there.
Look at this motor. Walter liked this motor right here. Look at this.
It's
That
got
is
the
cool.
blower. They've got like the cold side of a turbocharger in the front.
Yeah. What is
that
it?
thing was supposed to put out 1,000 horsepower, it said, or something.
Pro-charged. Yeah, that's just a monster. I'm trying to think. What was your favorite thing there? I'm trying to.
Somebody asked me that too, and it was hard for me
There's
to pick
too much
one
cool
thing.
stuff.
Here, let's see
Yeah.
this. Check this Jeep out. This was nice.
That's not a Jeep.
Chevy. It's a Chevy.
Chevy, that's
Chevy
one of their
Beast.
concept vehicles.
Yeah. I think they're gonna build
Any of those
this.
ever come? Concept cars really never come to life, right?
Not in their full concept mode. Not nine out of 10. They're too much. They're
Do they
too
just-
much.
Do they end up taking, like, if you look back at cars that Chevy then produces, will they sometimes take, like,
Ideas
lines
from
They'll take
here?
cues from it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Yeah, ideas from it. Yeah.
And they, I thought they were gonna do that for Spec Ops dudes, Walt.
They already have. They've already purchased. We were a couple of years ago when I was there. They had a vehicle based off of commercially available components. So it was kind of looked like a 4-door pickup truck type vehicle minus all the doors.
Mm-hmm.
So it was.
So check this out. Everyone wants
like
to
that.
complain about my my Vanasaur shirt. This is the inspiration for my Vanasaur shirt.
I like
by-
that thing. That's cool.
Yeah. By the way,
Is it lowered?
yeah, it's lowered. Yeah.
It's lowered. Could you imagine trying to get
I'm
that
taller
thing
than
in
that thing.
It's
Yeah.
lowered. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's
Over a speed
that,
bump
that
and break everything.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
a cool. They had a Porsche, a 356 Porsche in that booth too.
Yeah. By the way, they're building a Death Star in Vegas. Check this out. This is the Death Star that's getting built in Vegas.
So much money in that city, isn't there?
Yeah, it's not really a Death Star. It's like a big amphitheater type of thing. That's going
Which
to be
will
all.
shoot lasers at other planets eventually.
No, it's going to have all. It's going to have all screens on the outside of it, so they could project anything on that sphere that they want to project. Yeah. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool to look at it. Yeah, that's behind the Sands Expo Center for anyone
Yeah.
who knows Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, here's a preview of a van thing I have coming up. I found this super luxurious like limo van there that I'm going to do this video for, and this is the back of it. Like you can keep all your luggage or whatever. So that's coming up there. I'm just flipping through. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got more to post myself too.
Yeah,
I might
there's a ton of stuff.
I might do a take all the miscellaneous photos and put them in one big post. So.
Yeah, here's a video. I don't know if I published this yet, but this is Walter on this crazy Israeli quad board thing, like that they made for the IDF that can climb. This
that's
thing can
cool.
This thing can climb steps, Patrick.
Look how I'm leaning
That's
on it, man.
really
It was
cool.
pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
They thought I was
expensive.
gonna. When I first hopped on and started leaning, he's like, "Oh shit, this guy's gonna flip it over." You know. Hey, you're gonna put it out there. I'm gonna test it like what's gonna really happen if you're out riding, man.
yeah,
So
yeah. So that was pretty cool. We've got a video on that's coming up. There's just there was just a ton of stuff. There was the fat scooters. Go ahead.
yeah, the fat scooters. We went on a Lola's got video. We went to the fat scooters test riding event.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on that video as we speak. Here's you and Lola on the fat scooters bikes. These are basically electric fat tire bikes that you can play. Yeah, these are
Sidecar?
you could play golf with these. You're allowed to take these on golf courses.
Because they're electric, right? And they don't dig
Yes,
up
they're
the
electric, yeah.
trench,
Yeah, yeah,
or they don't dig up the
wow.
course.
yeah. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, there's there were megatons of Broncos. Check out
I
this is.
love a Bronco.
You like a Bronco? Okay.
Oh, I like the new Bronco.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it's
cool. I like the color too.
Yeah.
the Bronco's the new poster child for modifications. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jeeps are out. Jeeps are out.
Broncos are the new
Not
hot things.
completely. No, I don't. I'm not blaming the whole Jeeps are out thing, but you know, you can. There's still tens of thousands of freaking things riding
Oh,
around.
they're not going to
so.
stop supporting
No.
Jeeps.
No.
No,
The
I mean,
Broncos
but
are
just
like
the
the new.
the modification part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, when people look to see like what can I spend a whole shit ton of money on?
Yeah,
Oh, I can get a
yeah.
Bronco and put another
Yeah.
80 grand in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hummer was there. The new Humvee was there, and they had this rally racer. This is
it's
a
a
Hummer.
rally car.
This is a Hummer. Look, see the lights? It's a Hummer.
Oh, because you see the lights, it's a Hummer. I don't think that's a rally vehicle, but okay.
But
That's
it's
like
built. It's based on the that was out
that's
before people even knew about the Hummer.
that's like going to a NASCAR event and going, "Yeah, it's a Corolla." Yeah, right there. It says it right on the front. It's a Corolla.
It probably is. It probably is. We saw the Man Called Yeti and the Wild YOLO. They were also
Are
out
these
there.
big car people or something?
Yeah, this is his Jeep. I have a video of this on Stranger Palooza. This is his pickup truck that he did with DZ and Brownells and a few other companies. So
That's
they
my
were
swag
there.
shirt.
Yeah, they were there. They were there at the show. Hold on, Walter. I'll let you show that shirt. That's that shirt that Walter is wearing the shirt. But I did a video of that, which is on Stranger Palooza for anyone who wants to see it. Yeah, just a bunch. There was a bunch of stuff. I could keep going like this,
Yeah, cool.
and
You
showing
seem like
you guys
had a-
pictures.
How many days were both of you out there for?
The whole week.
Both
was
of you
there
did the
for-
whole week?
I was
Yeah,
there
Walter
for sure.
came Monday.
And I left on Friday.
Yeah, I was there Saturday. Yeah. Oh, here's here's the regular Hummer is coming out. This one's coming out soon. This
Oh,
will
they
be on
already
the
have
streets.
they already have the tent option for it too.
Yeah. So that's hitting the streets pretty soon. I think do I have video of, no, I don't think that worked.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Walt.
I think, like I said, I was talking with Yeti about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think GMC's motivation is to get out ahead of Tesla on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if that's, because once the Tesla, if that thing hits the street, it's going to be a big hubbub about that thing. So
Yeah. They I think they're making a good strategic move by getting out in front of Tesla. It's going to be way more expensive than the Tesla though, but it's very nice.
The Hummer?
Yeah, it is. Yes. This Bronco looks great. Yeah, Walt, the Hummer is going to be about $130,000. The most
how much is the
expensive
Tesla?
Tesla is going to be somewhere between $65,000 and $70,000.
I don't believe it, you.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. I
Okay.
don't believe it, you.
All right.
When I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. DCG44 says, I'm here. The new Broncos are having some breakage issues. Anyone know anything? I know they have problems with the roofs. Some of the roofs were made. There was some kind of recall.
This is why we have
A recall?
Marley wants to get one eventually, but we're gonna wait till first gen. I feel like they still are ironing things out, so we're gonna wait a couple years to buy one.
Well, let the newness wear off.
Yes,
And let
the market
this,
normalize.
yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. If the economy takes a shit, you'll be able to pick a deal up on one.
Yeah. Some of us might do. Some of us might do it sooner than later. I know there's supposed to be what was I going to say? Yeah, there may be some builds. There may be some builds in the future. I know some people talking. If you guys want to see my EDC, by the way, at Sema show, here it goes. Got my Glock, my Walther, excuse me, my Walther PPS.
I know I teach this. Oh, you son of a bitch! I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Oh, what? Is there something in there that you see? I don't know.
No, I don't see nothing.
I
Over
don't
there.
think
Ain't
you see
nothing.
anything in there. No,
Nothing.
just my PPS, my Walther PPS, right there.
I'm not looking at your pee-pee. You can change the thing. So I guess you took it home then.
Yeah, I got it right here. Got a new watch, Tudor.
I do like the Pepsi.
Beverly.
I think I like the Rolex Pepsi a little bit more, but for the price, that GMT right there is a fantastic watch.
Oh yeah, I don't got Rolex Pepsi money.
No, I'm not. Yeah, 15 grand.
Yeah.
But no, I really like that GMT.
Yeah. So for the folks, I know there's folks out there who look or listen to the podcast. They look at the regular videos we do on Hank Strange, and also they look at the stuff on Stranger Palooza. There was one camper van there. One camper van. Here it goes. The video is up right now. It is a dual sliding door Sprinter van, and it was in a Dometic booth. So, that's coming out. That's coming out soon. So, Let's see what else. Oh, do you want to see a picture? I drove from Vegas. I drove through to Reno. I drove through Death Valley.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, here's a
Not
picture.
a single living. Oh wow, that's a good picture.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah.
That's a cool
In the
picture. I
desert,
like it.
In the desert, chilling in the desert with the van. Very
How
lonely.
hot was it? Well, it's winter,
It was cool.
so
Yeah,
wasn't
it was
too
cool.
bad.
Yeah.
It's not that time of year now.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny? So you're driving. So I left Vegas. I think I took like 215 out of Vegas, and I took US 95, and that goes north and west. Okay, so basically it's mountains and sand and desert and cactuses and more mountains, sand, desert, cactuses for hours and hours and hours and hours. Like six. I was going like 6 hours, and then I finally saw this big, massive lake. I think it's called Walker Lake or something. Crazy. So that desert, like I actually went through maybe the beginning of Death Valley, and I was like, oh man. Oh, check this out. This is for the people who wanted to talk about some things earlier. This is for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, Bushmaster.
Yeah.
Zoom in.
Oh, you want me to zoom in?
Zoom in. What? Okay, I know what those lower things are. I don't care about those. Nobody cares about those. Those are a dime a dozen.
Yeah. So, I did get to see some stuff there. Oh, what there's a specific picture you guys want to see. Oh, here's a cool thing that I saw. Check this out. What?
Oh, now that's cool. I want one of those.
Yeah, I like stuff that now they're not going to do it unfinished, but
No.
and then
It's
here's
nice to see the logo on things again. That's what's really nice.
so here's the thing that everyone wants to ask me about. Right there. There's the picture.
Oh,
Right?
what it should have been.
Yeah. So and by the way, that's Izzy, who is the marketing manager for Bushmaster. Shout out to Izzy. She's
Hey, Izzy.
What's up?
Hit me up. I need to. I would love to market for it. I got a nice channel. Why don't you send some stuff my way?
Izzy is from Tampa. She was born in Tampa.
There
Let
we
me
go.
ask-
Perfect connection.
Go
Let
ahead.
me ask a question here.
Okay.
You mentioned that ACR was a 450 Bushmaster.
Yeah. So
Who? Why?
so
The name
so-
goes
no,
with
this
both, I guess. I don't know.
there are people who want that, but so in this picture that I'm showing, which I'll show it again for people, this is not the new ACR. This is the old ACR. And there's one of them that's actually for sale, this one that I'm holding.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually for sale. And see it, look, I'm wearing that same t-shirt Walt has. It's actually for sale on the Bushmaster website. You can buy it. You have to call for pricing. But I think, so for everyone who got crazy and all that, that's for legal reasons. Okay, they have the right, they own the rights to Bushmaster, and in order to, part of the whole thing of maintaining that, they have to sell something. So that's why that's for sale.
Something.
Yeah.
Sell something. It's a $600,000 if you want it, but it's for
Yeah,
sale.
yeah, exactly.
Is
Something
it something
like that.
crazy like that where they're not actually?
Not as crazy as that, but yes. So so that's why they're doing that. But they are working on the ACR. So I can tell you guys that I can't give you any details, but they are
Coming up,
working on
next
it.
week. Babyface B breaking the news right now. Izzy just got in touch. We got one coming.
Okay. So they are working on it. I was talking to them about it. I was looking at things, but I
that's
can't
the-
disclose it. I had to sign an NDA
dream.
and all kinds of stuff. So I don't want to get in trouble.
Everybody always wanted them to produce what they promised. Basically, is all it was.
Mm-hmm.
They made big claims and then never delivered.
Oh, you guys are going to see this stuff. You're going to see it. So it's just going to take some time, and there's a whole thing. Like basically what Sun, the CEO of Bushmaster, was telling me, and you guys have seen Sun on the show before.
Congrats to him. What a big step forward.
Yeah, big congrats to him. You know, he said that basically he feels like they're a 48-year-old startup because, you know, they have to pretty much start from scratch. They have the rights to IP and things like that. But they really have to, you know, go back in.
They have to
there and
figure
work
out
on
everything else from the ground, yeah.
Yeah, but they are selling things. They told me they have something like 40 to 60 SKUs of things they're selling. They have a new
cool.
two-stage trigger. Go ahead, Walt.
We've already had a Bushmaster come to the shop. So.
Oh, you have? Which one came
Just
in?
a regular AR-15.
Yeah, just a regular AR, I think. Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to it because
I'd like to have
I
an
just
old
didn't
one.
pay any much attention to it. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
because
it was a regular.
exactly.
It's an AR-15. I've seen. Anyways, yes.
Yeah. So they are working on some stuff. Some stuff is going out there. Someone mentioned suppressors. Yes, there's going to be Bushmaster suppressors.
Cool,
It takes
good for
time.
them.
Yeah. I was actually shooting those. So there is some.
How did
I
they
did some
sound?
video. They sounded pretty good. Very comparable. One like there's a 5.56 and a 308. So you guys will see
There
that
is
stuff.
no
It's good.
reason on this planet that you shouldn't be able to have a suppressor that it's very good. It's not like
Yes.
it's not like you're not recreating the wheel.
No, it's been around
You-
since
you
19...
can- I guarantee you can buy real good suppressor technology, and next thing you know, you got one of the best ones on the market. So
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to see it. I think that there's things that people are going to get into just because of that brand name. I know I like the brand name. I was asking them about the arm pistol lower logo, the logo that has that.
Yeah.
But they like this logo. So,
yeah,
maybe we'll see some retro stuff. I was suggesting that they do some retro shirts and things like that for the
yeah.
Bushmaster fans out there.
For those of you who don't follow PSA's stuff, some of PSA's most expensive ARs is their retro stuff.
Yeah.
They're 20-inch guns, which are just 20-inch A2 rifles, are their most expensive ARs. So some of them.
Yeah, isn't that the same thing with even Barnauls, the retro guns?
Brownells retro guns, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna.
I have one.
Oh, you do?
Not a
yeah.
Brownells one. I built mine myself off of a Vietnam parts kit, and I love it.
Yeah.
I did that when nobody gave a shit about retro stuff. So
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny
Uh-huh.
is I built mine when one of the companies that sell surplus, and I can't remember off the top of my head who it was. This was during the Trump era when everything was cheap. $350 for a Vietnam, $450 total for the entire parts kit and the pencil barrel, all ready to go. And then I just did an 80% lower myself on the CNC machine. It was like $460. I had a fully ready to go M16 facsimile.
Who
Those things are gone for some time, so don't get too
Yeah.
excited.
who has a Bushmaster?
I wish. would
I
love
have
to
one. I have one. Yeah. Walter, how many do you have? 4?
no, I have
1. What do you have?
one pre-band lower floating around here someplace.
Oh, wait, Walter, don't you have an arm pistol? No, what is the arm
Oh, I have
pistol?
an arm pistol too. I forgot.
Okay.
I don't need somehow. Oh, excuse me. I have 3. I have that the Bushmaster quote unquote assault rifle, the one that's actually called the assault rifle.
The assault rifle?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you
I
have
have-
that, the arm pistol, and a lower.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, cool. I have a rifle that we've talked about before that I think is a post band, and it has the arm pistol logo on it. So I got this from let's see, I'll figure out who sent me this here in a second. But he says he sent this and he said Bushmaster fanboys. Here we go.
I'm a snake. Hey, and the words of Hank Strange, who am I to judge?
That was from Mike. Mike said that. That's Warrior.
But I think that dude needs to take his medicine, though. He hasn't taken his medicine.
Right. And Edward Andrews sending through, he says, my first AR-15 is a Bushmaster years ago, outstanding rifle. And so he sent us.
I have heard nothing but good things about the original Bushmasters. I've heard they're very good guns.
Yeah.
I used to buy it, dabble in those original ones back in the day, and
And they weren't expensive, right, Walter?
not well. Bushmaster was a little, not bad, not like
They
Colt,
were
not like that. Yeah,
Yeah, they weren't Colt price. They were more middle of the road.
yeah. There was nothing wrong with a Bushmaster rifle. No.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do and also seeing the future of it. I just like that. I like that whole logo. And it's just one of those things. It's like, I know some people are into Colts, and I like Colt stuff too. But the Bushmaster, I would say, is, It's more. Isn't it more iconic, or am I wrong about that? Is Colt the more iconic one?
I think Colt to me is more
Colt,
iconic
okay.
because it is the M16, the AR-15, or the M4.
Aside from Armalite, which that goes way
yeah,
back.
well, I don't think Armalite's even as iconic for most people because there were so few of them before M16 took the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Colt is the most iconic. What you guys are saying, right?
I'd say so.
Yeah. So for ARs, you know what? That's true. Especially when I moved to Florida, everybody was showing off that they had a Colt AR-15.
It's a badge of honor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I don't have one.
You don't?
Well,
I would love to get one. I've always wanted to get like one of their 69
Walter has 3.
or whatever. Just...
no, I have one.
One. Oh, okay.
I've never.
No. God, my brain. I have 2.
Don't you? What about those old M16 style ones? Are those any of those Colts? You have some A2 looking guns. I'd
whip it out and show you if I could, but
oh boy.
Yeah. I have the what is it one? Triangle handguard. I have an early one. I do actually. I have an early one.
Yeah.
I traded for something in Knob Creek for that, believe it or not.
Yeah. So listen, from what Walter just said, we cannot show stuff here, which is tragic. Wouldn't have much to show you guys right now, but I do want to say this, and I'm going to ask everyone to smash the thumbs ups, but I also want everyone to share this news. We are going to switch over to going live from Utreon. So let me pull up Utreon so I can show. So the two of you need to sign up and get Utreon pages.
I've never even heard of that before.
I tried.
I
haven't been back there to see how successful I was.
Yeah. So here's.
What is this?
Wait, I'm sorry. Here we go. So Utreon, it's utreon.com. And if you have to, when you go there, you have to sign up. If you go in there and you search Hank Strange, which I have here, you will see we have several channels. So we have a main Hank Strange one right here. You guys could, of course, follow that. I recommend you follow that. And it's pulling over our videos and everything as you see. And the big thing you need to follow is the Who Moved My Freedom, which is also here. And you can subscribe to us and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to be able to go live from this one, from the Who Moved My Freedom one. And what that's going to allow us to do, and the reason why we're doing all of this, is we will be able to handle guns again when we do that. So I'm going to give everyone ample warning or notification or whatever you want to say. But the reason why I'm going to do this, we're going to switch over where we go live from Utreon, and everyone can join us there and hang out with us. And we'll be able to handle guns and show guns and all that, because I know that's killing Babyface as well as Walter. That we can.
I loved showing off firearms. It feels so good.
Yes. So we are, yes. So William Pebbles says, does that mean Gorn will be back? Yes.
That's a good deal.
It'll be back hardcore Gorn. Hardcore.
Yes. I mean, we're going in. We're making up. We're going to be splooging all over the place with this. Yeah.
Triple G gun porn. Triple G.
Yeah. So make sure you sign up. You can follow the Hank Strange one channel over there, but make sure you follow the podcast, and that's where we got you. And you're probably gonna have to sign up and everything to be able to do stuff, and then you'll have the ability through there to support us as well. We're also gonna have the CEO. One of the reasons why we're doing this is John Crump and our friend Flying Rich had the CEO from Utreon on their show. There's lots of people signed up there. Military Arms Channel, Iraq Veteran, Mr. Guns and Gear, CN Arsenal is signed up, and they went live last week, I think. Did 3 hours. And the CEO is going to come on our show also. So I think he's going to come on our debut show.
All right. If you go and search for Babyface P, you should find a channel too.
Boom.
And I already have
it.
Let me see if
I have it working on. Hopefully it will pull in.
I don't know if everything goes in immediately. Let me see if
it'll take time. That's just that server stuff.
Let me see if I can share the screen here. Yeah. It'll take time, but we can talk to them. We're going to have the CEO on. So what is it? Just Babyface P?
Yeah, just straight. Yeah, Babyface P.
Yeah, let's see if it
I
shows up.
just
yet.
created it, so
Yeah, it's not going to be there. It's not. Yeah, okay, it's not. It's not there. But the DLD After Dark is up there.
At Babyface P.
But
I'll
look,
follow
DLD. Yeah, I'm following him already. I'm following him.
So I got to follow both your channels? What is this shit? Follow.
Yeah, you got to follow everyone's channel. That's how that goes.
Follow. Yeah, you got 2 channels. You got Who Moved My Freedom. What happens
Yeah.
if I subscribe? Oh, you get money for subscribing.
Yeah.
Well, all I can
DLD.
say is Safety Harbor Firearms. If you search for it, a lot of stuff pops up, but it ain't my channel. So
Okay, we'll work on it when the CEO comes
Yeah,
on. If we haven't done it before that, we'll get all that stuff worked out. Chris Bullis says, when is this going to happen? Lola is scheduling the CEO, and I believe it's going to happen when I get back. So this week, I'm probably only going to be able to do this show, and then I have to get back on the road and go home, just because I miss my house and Lola.
Did you have to reach out to anybody to pull your content in?
No,
you sign up
there's a thing that you can sign up and do it, but the folks from Utreon are very easy to communicate with, and that's why we're doing all this. And like I said, John and Flying Rich did a lot of the groundwork with this, but so did other people. They're very open to gun folks. So and the CEOs come, huh?
I guess I didn't sign up properly. I'll have to check it out when I'm not.
Yeah. Armsman says Utreon seems pretty good. Hopefully it won't end up like the other several channels on there already. Ultimately, we got to support things. I know, like, we might support it and then it crashes. I hope it doesn't, but if we don't support it, it definitely is going to crash. So, and like I said, there's lots of good people on there you can follow, like Military Arms channel. I think Mac is a great channel. Iraq Veteran is on there, another great one. Guns and Gear. I'm fans of all those guys. See an Arsenal,
I like seeing Arsenal stuff. Matthias makes good content.
Yeah,
he makes interesting stuff that you don't get to see everywhere. That's what's really cool about his stuff.
Yeah, John is on there. Flying Rich is on there. Dark, as we showed just now. So.
Look, we just arrived.
Oh, pizza
Pizza time.
in the building.
Pizza.
Okay, so and then the other thing.
I sent an email. They have an email in the name.
Yeah, we're gonna work on it. I'm sure there's gonna be bugs and stuff like that, but we'll work on it. We'll make it happen. But I'm going through all of this so that you guys could see guns and stuff like that again, and the guys can handle it.
That's one thing I really miss is getting to fondle firearms in front of people.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I mean, I can't argue that. Yeah.
I think people really like us handling stuff and showing it off, which we can't do anymore.
Yeah. We lost a lot of our
knows what to
freedom
do.
with these stupid rules that YouTube.
Who Moved My Freedom to Utreon is the new title of the podcast.
Yeah, it moved to Utreon.
So are we will not be live on YouTube anymore?
No, what I'm going to do is obviously I always record the show.
Later?
Yeah, so I always record the show. We'll put it up not live, so that way they can't. Obviously they can't. I could broadcast it to both, but they'll hit us on YouTube.
Yes. No. Put it up a day late.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. The other thing I'm sorry.
It's true. It's true. Is what I was saying. It's absolutely true.
Yeah. And we're going to work with them. We're going to try to do stuff like so as this goes on. If Utreon is cool, which I think they will be, we may, we'll figure out more things we can do with them and make it go. This is the way it goes. I think some places are going to have problems, like Facebook. The people who are keeping Facebook alive are people like us, Walter. Not even young dudes like Patrick like to be on there.
Did you see the report that came out from Facebook? Most teens and early 20s that are on social media have reported that they no longer use Facebook because they see it as like boomer technology. It's like old fogey technology.
Yeah,
They're
you don't use it, right? You don't like using it, so far as I know.
I never touch it. I go on there and look at once a day. I'll go on and look to see if there's anything interesting going on. I don't even touch my Babyface P1. That just autofills from my Instagram. Mm-hmm. I hate Facebook. I really dislike using it. It's just I don't like it.
And there's alternatives to Facebook. Use Minds. That's the place to go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
One cool thing on Facebook is Marketplace.
That's the only thing I go on Facebook for is to look at the Marketplace. It's a better Craigslist.
But guess what though? Guess what though? Something
Utreon
very
has a marketplace.
no, something very cool. No, something very cool is coming in that regards that I do want to talk about. But let me just say this: I'm going to share you guys. I'm going to screen share my phone with you all. We are on Minds. Okay, Minds. This one right here, that's Minds. We're on there. Go sign up for that. Okay, and follow us on there. Okay, that is on blockchain, and it's very difficult for them to take it down. We're on MeWe also, and by the way, we were talking to our friend 2A EDU, and I signed up for Locals, so I'm on Locals as well for all the folks who are on Locals. But we have to do it's tough. It's like a lot of work, man, to
That's
do
the
all
thing.
this
Right
stuff.
now, we're at a time where there are so many different competing. It's good in a sense because there is a lot of competition, but it's also bad for the content creator because legacy. God, I can't believe I have to call them this, but legacy
God.
social media. Seriously though, legacy social media still holds the purse strings for 95% of the people out there. So
DCG 44 says no Facebook Meta. Yeah, what'd you think about that news, Patrick? That they're rebranding to Meta.
did you see the?
They're a rapper now. They're a rapper.
Did you see the lawsuit they started?
No, they started.
There's a company out there already called Meta. They already have the rights to the name Meta. And Facebook offered them some big amount of money saying, oh, we want to buy the name, just rebrand. And the company said no. And Facebook said, fuck you, we're going to do it anyway, sue us. Because, of course, they have so much money, they're just going to litigate it forever. You'll go broke before you win against them.
I will send money to that company to keep making Facebook
Yeah,
send
so they
money.
opened a can of worms. I'm curious what's going to happen because there's already a Meta. It already exists.
But it shows you that Facebook is desperate, and I think that a lot of their backbone is people like us. Yet they're always putting weights on us. Yeah, they're always weighing us down. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, did you see their rebranding launch thing? Because mind you, Facebook owns Oculus as well, one of the VR tech companies. They put out a video a week ago of announcing Meta and how they're going to revolutionize everything by making VR the at-home way of doing everything. You're gonna do your meetings in VR from the couch, and all sorts of stupid shit. But the video was the cringiest thing I have seen. It's like 40-year-olds, because at this point he's no longer a young hip dude. He's 40 something. All of them meeting in the virtual world with their avatars. Oh my god, I cannot believe you picked that as your avatar. Look at me, I am this person. Oh my, it was the cringiest shit I've seen in so long. It was so awful. It was just exactly what you think of. If you go look it up, it
Oh
was
my god, yeah. I don't know if I even want to see it. I don't even know if I want to see it.
So that's why the reason they're saying they're rebranding is because they want it to be more than just Facebook. They want to have VR mixed in, and they want to have all this other shit. They want to take over every market. Hopefully they never do, but we'll see.
Shout out to Whammy
it was cringy
Gunslinger out there. He says, laugh out loud, Walter is always eating. Gotta feed that cranium must be fed. Do you guys understand?
Let me tell you a pizza story from Sema.
Oh boy.
Okay. Now listen, don't you say a word, Hangstrain. Oh, Lola. We're walking along. It's about 2:00. I say it's time to get something to eat, right? Well, I mean,
When Walter says it's time for food, it's time for food.
well, it is time for food. You need fuel when you're out there walking around, right?
That's right.
So we stop it. We pull into one of the areas. It's a lounge, they call it, where they have, it's like a food court. We decide we're going to get some pizza because everything else is, the longest line was the pizzas. That means something. So we scoot in there. We snag us a fresh out of the oven whole cheese pizza, right? Now these two other people I was with, Hank and Laura, like, well, I don't have, I'm not really that hungry. I don't have to eat. We sat down. I turned if I wouldn't have, they were scarfing that pizza down so fast. I was doing some phone stuff. Next thing I know, there's one piece left.
Yeah, can I ask you a question, Walt? Did you buy this pizza?
Bitch.
Did you buy the
No,
pizza?
I didn't. But
Exactly. So if I pay for some pizza, I'm eating
you
it.
guys weren't hungry. Oh no!
I'm still gonna eat it.
No, I don't need no.
Here's what I thought. If I don't eat this pizza, Walt will eat the whole thing.
Oh, you're full of shit. So, I mean, it's like, I guess I better stop doing this and eat.
No, well, listen. Once you sit down and first of all, that was good pizza. That was good pizza.
It It was all right. Yeah.
It was
Did Hank take the cheese off the top and eat it separately?
No, he don't.
I ate it, but I ate it New York style. But Walt, wasn't it better than that other pizza you almost bought? That big pizza.
I stopped Patrick in the middle of one of the show floors. I had a little kiosk, Papa John's kiosk, right? So I'm gonna grab a
that
pie.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah. So I walk up and I see the box, and the box is about maybe 10 inches across, 10 by 10. Guy opens the pizza up, and the freaking pizza inside's like this. And it's $13 for that.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I'm like, no.
For the good pizza, we paid $36.
Yeah,
10
that
slices.
was a whole pie. That was a whole pie.
A whole pie for $36?
Yeah, I know that's expensive. Yes, I know. I know that's
You're
expensive.
Vegas, Patrick. I tell you what, if you're cheap and you're in Las Vegas along the strip, you're going to go hungry, motherfucker. That's what you
Marley and I did pizza on Saturday. So Saturday night I did cheap, but like a week ago we did pizza. 2 pies, because I wanted thin crust, she wanted regular for Papa John's. With their discount, it was like $21 for 2 large pizzas.
Wait, hold on. The news here is that you bought 2 large pizzas. That's the news.
I wanted a thin crust, and Marley wanted a thin crust. I wanted a thin crust, and I was tired of not eating thin crust.
Listen,
so
Babyface P is the Scrooge McDuck of the gun world. If this guy blows up, he will spend all his money.
Do we really need 2 pizzas? That's a lot of pizzas.
I know. I bet you did.
Patrick
will spend all of his money on bullets, guns, night vision.
Patrick,
but on food, like essentials, like food, clothing. Hell no.
I was just about to say the last thing I spend money on is clothing. I will put holes in my jeans and my shirts, and then I don't buy new. I don't cheap, maybe not the right word, frugal, smart. I shop at like Plato's Closet because like all the students here turn in all their good shit and get $5 on the for $100 shirt, and then I buy it for 10, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I don't need it brand new. I'm gonna wear it out anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
telling
where
you,
I'm at.
Scrooge McDuck
I'm gonna get
of
it
the
dirty.
gun
I'm
world.
gonna put holes in it. Why buy brand new expensive shirt when I can?
No, I don't blame you. That's how how are you gonna afford this stuff?
How am I gonna afford the stupid shit, right?
In the chat, Night Train says something about Newsom is suffering from a booster jab. Does anybody have any?
I don't know.
We
have to. No, we would have to find that out from John Crump or someone else, or Google it to see.
Update on friends of the channels. Joe, that we all know, that you and I know, Hank, got in touch with me yesterday. First off, he's buying an RV, and I told him he needs to get in touch with you.
Which Joe? Which Joe are we talking about?
He used to work at Gun Store.
Oh, okay. Oh, Joe.
That
yes.
Joe.
He loves watches.
Watch
a friend that loves. Yeah. Okay.
They're buying they're talking about buying an RV, and I told him to get in touch. He is talking about taking a full year sabbatical to travel the country in an RV. I said, "Cool, let's do it. That sounds fun."
Yeah.
Him and his wife and the 2 kids had COVID for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
He said they just tested negative on Friday, and from what he told me yesterday, he was almost ready to go to the hospital because he thought he was going to die from it. Like, he had the worst possible case of COVID.
From the shot.
So. No, he didn't get the shot. I don't think either of them got the shot. They just got COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But, supposedly, talked to him yesterday. He said he's finally feeling better after 2 hellish weeks.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a couple of things going here. Yellow Dog 64 says, "How did the backpack thing go in Vegas?" No one asked us, but I didn't go out with any backpacks. Only Lola.
They never asked to look in the backpack one time.
I'm stigmatized from wearing a backpack in Las Vegas now.
One time we had to pick it up and let the dog smell it.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But aside from that, now previous times there at Sema, they've looked inside your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
This time they didn't care about that.
No, if the dog didn't activate, but all the dog activation stuff is all BS to me personally. I'm not saying the dogs can't sniff things, but really, come on, they can make the dog activate and pull you over if they want to.
They absolutely can.
Yeah. Sam Dunstan says mine's account setup sucks. I know, but Facebook is easy, and then they own you. Asper Warrior says Patrick was wearing that same salmon shirt when he first joined the show. No, I think I think he likes salmon color.
This is a salmon. This is like purple.
That's not purple. It's not coming across purple.
Oh, it's like a.
No, this is a relatively new shirt for Patrick. Actually,
this is a new shirt. It's
Yeah.
like a lavendery purple. It
Yeah.
might just be the color. It might just be a little off.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, check that out. Oh, I'm losing.
Okay,
I'm
hold
losing
on.
a little bit of fat here.
Oh, look at
Look
that.
at those
What are you
muscles
doing?
coming
You doing-
in.
What are you doing? Push-ups. What's going on? You getting married again?
That rowing, 10 minutes a day on the rowing machine, and I'm losing some weight.
Oh, cool.
I'm losing a little bit in my face. I think I've lost a little.
Oh,
tiny
look
bit in
at
the
you
face.
getting all buff.
I know.
mean, can
I'm
Marley even handle this?
No, I've just been posing nude in front of her, and she tells me I just got to put pants on. She don't like it.
What?
I gotta get those. I gotta get the, what are they called? The cum gutters. I gotta start working on that.
Oh my lord!
What?
I'm gonna let you explain that to Walt because I'm in a place of business.
You've said it before.
No, I'm in a place of business. I can't do it.
I gotta work on my Adonis belt instead of my beer belly.
Someone else has to explain that to Walt, not me. I cannot do that where I'm at right now. That is a no-go. John Doe says it looks red to me. I have a blue light filter on. Yeah, so another big announcement I want to make. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So here's the thing. You guys know Franklin Armory sponsors us. They're the sponsor for the show tonight. But we've got a new sponsor coming on board, Arms List. What? Arms List is coming on board to sponsor actually everything that we do. So you'll see them over on the Hank Strange channel as well as here on the podcast. So yeah, big shout out and thanks to Arms List. You guys, if you haven't used Arms List in a while, like I know people have complained that it's, all kinds of things. Well, now there's a paywall in the way of that. It's not super expensive or anything. I'm gonna pull up Arms List right here. This is their front page. They have things that you can just go in there and buy directly from them, for example. But you can sign up and all that. You can get a premium login and you can buy and sell things here. So we're gonna have the folks from Arms List.
It's kind of like a Craigslist to gun stuff.
Yeah. So basically, yes, exactly.
Post up your stuff.
Yes, and I think with this paywall and some other things that they're doing, people are going to find this much improved. Obviously, as I'm saying, I'm telling you guys, they're helping us keep the lights on and all that. We've had Jonathan from Arms List on in the past, so you guys know that you guys know how I feel about Arms List. So we're going to have him on again. We'll have other people on. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to do all kinds of cool stuff. And this is one of the companies that's fighting for us because they've gone all the way to the Supreme Court and the folks over at Arms List have spent a crap ton of money. They don't get a lot of people helping them with their defense fund. They do have a defense fund on the website, and if people can help out, I think it will be appreciated. But it's incredibly expensive to fight these guys, and they constantly go after Arms List. Facebook has banned them. They can't... You can't even do @Arms List. Same thing with Instagram and a whole bunch of different places. So we're going to do what we can do to help keep them here and kicking butt. And I think that it would be great if the folks out there supported them as well and used it. And there could be a lot of useful things to come out of that. And I think with us having a relationship with them as well, I don't know if you guys feel this way about it, but then we can kind of be like a bridge between them and the folks out there, right? And we can help them make it better.
Oh, sure.
So
I'm trying to think back. I bought that arm pistol. Did I buy my Bushmaster arm pistol off somebody on Arms List?
Did you?
Because that was shipped to me. I didn't. It wasn't a face-to-face transaction. I can't remember where I got the damn thing from. Man,
yeah.
I think I was with you at Sema. When I showed up? When I actually pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah. So, I think it's a good thing. You guys will hear more about it. You'll see me putting their logo down there. You'll see things showing up on the videos when we do the videos. So, but lots of good things are going to come out of it. Yeah. We're going to do some giveaways. I'm going to put some cool guns together. And we're going to be giving away stuff and doing stuff through Arms List. So everyone stay tuned for that. It's going to be cool. Yeah, and hopefully this helps them, helps us, helps everyone. Help you, help me, help you.
Did we?
So,
I
so
helped you. You helped me. We're just one big family.
if you were just purple, Walt, if you were just purple, you'd be a perfect Barney.
You helped me. She did you.
Okay, all right, now you're getting out of hand. Brick says BFP is cosplay now. So listen, and John Doe says BFP is flexing. Okay, we need to go to this because we promised the people, Patrick. What is going on with this trial with Kyle Rittenhouse? Yeah.
So, for anybody out there that wants to find a stream, there's a guy called Nick Rekieta. Rekieta Law. It's Rekieta, something like that. He starts every day. He's been covering the entirety of the case from 9 a.m. when it starts until like 6 o'clock when it goes over. If anybody wants to see that, go look it up. That's what I've been watching. I've pretty much watched all. I started last Monday. Opening arguments were last Monday. Followed through all the way to Friday. And then today, the prosecution pretty much had their star witness. Starting on Monday, it's going to be hard to fill this in 10 minutes. But starting on Monday, the prosecutor, his last name is Binger, is sleazy as fuck, but very, very, very well spoken. He comes off very, very well. So even though he's fucking lying through his teeth about Kyle Rittenhouse and what he did, he flows very, very well. It's like water standing up there, so he flows real well.
Mm-hmm.
Where the defense
this is the prosecutor, right?
Prosecutor. He's not the good guy. The defense attorney comes up, and he is. His opening statements were pretty poor. He dropped the N-bomb twice, quoting a video, which just didn't come off well. It just he said it twice, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Like, it just wasn't great.
And this is not a brother, I take it.
No. He's a white Wisconsin with the accent and everything.
But he's quoting. He's quoting. I mean,
and he was quoting from a video. But the first day, of course, media jumps on that. That's the only thing they talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Third day, Kyle Rittenhouse yawned 3 times while they were like swearing people in and out. And of course, that's the only thing they cover for the day. Because defense, everybody has been yelling that the defense has not been objecting to a whole lot of stuff. There's a lot of things, a lot of speculation, a lot of hearsay, a lot of things that you typically would not want to allow in. Defense has not been making a whole lot of objections, but it turns out that it seems they have had a plan the whole entire time because they want all this crappy stuff to come in so they can then turn it around and use it against the prosecution.
Yeah.
The cross-examinations have been incredible. They have stomped on every single witness the prosecution has brought in and turned their stories completely. So bad that today, obviously they didn't have the 2 guys that died. They can't testify. They're dead. The one that got his bicep blown off testified today, and they made him look like a fool.
Well, first of all, they were like, what was the thing that they were allowed to call them protesters, or there was some news.
So
the judge allowed something that was good for Rittenhouse.
Prosecution could not call the 2 dead people victims, but the defense and anybody in the court was allowed to call them rioters and protesters. And the judge was like, "That's pretty much what they were."
Yeah, awesome. That's what they were. Yeah, and I think in the case of the guy who got his arm blown out, isn't there a picture or something of him pointing a gun at Rittenhouse?
I sent you. Did I send you that picture?
I think you sent it. Yeah, let me see. Let me.
I put it on Instagram. Either way. So they're asking him questions. The the prosecution comes in today, asking him all these questions. He's an EMT.
So here we go.
Yeah,
right here in his hand, circled.
And look at
at his head. That's why the kid is defending himself.
And look at the question that was the defense attorney was asking that question that's on the bottom there. And not Rosenbaum, Gage Grosskurtz or whatever his name is, said no to the answer to the question. I didn't have my gun pointed at his head. When every juror is staring at that picture. But brought him in. So today was one of the best ones because again, he's the only living victim of this whole thing,
quote unquote protester.
So yes,
yeah.
So the
rioter
prosecution brought him in as their star witness. He can testify to everything that happened up until he got shot. They made him seem like the best kid ever. I mean, he's like 25, 28, something like that. He's the best person ever. He was an EMT. They neglected to say that he was an EMT for 1 year in 2017. He was an EMT. He was just there to help. He was just there to do everything right. And then defense comes along and is painting pretty much the picture of the video. Were you chasing Kyle Rittenhouse? No, I was not chasing him. Did you move towards Kyle Rittenhouse? Yes, but you weren't chasing him. No, I wasn't chasing him. Then they show a picture. They have a picture of him, and they're like, okay, so you weren't chasing him. They established where he kept his gun. He is the type of person that kept his gun. He had a Glock 27 with just a belt clip fixed to it on his butt on 5 or 6 o'clock. So you weren't chasing our Rittenhouse with your gun. No. Well, here comes a picture of him taking off in a running pose with his hand down the back of his pants, grabbing his Glock. It's like, so you still are saying you weren't chasing him with your gun.
And also, if he, if he can legally carry it, it's all good. If he had the right to be there armed, so did Rittenhouse.
He did not.
I know. Oh, he didn't. Okay.
Isn't he one of those? Got a little problem with child.
No, that's the dead one. The dead one had. The dead one is the holy pedophile. He got holified. By the way, he was a manlet. For anybody that wasn't aware, he looked like a big dude. He was a manlet. He's 5'3" and built like a thumb. He looks retarded. Anyways,
isn't there video of him chasing him? I've seen video of the guy chasing him.
Yeah, we've seen all of this.
So why don't they play the video in there?
They did, and they made him look like a complete fool. No, I wasn't chasing him. I wanted to see what was going on. So why were you pulling your gun at the time?
Why were you over the top of him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then he was like, there's one guy that they couldn't identify called they call him Jump Kick Man because he's that photo where the guy's like kicking Rittenhouse in the head, and there's a photo of him getting kicked in the head and Groskirt's behind. You can see he's there, and he's like, did you watch Kyle Rittenhouse get kicked in the head? Well, I wouldn't say he was getting kicked in the head. What do you mean you wouldn't say he's getting kicked in the head? So it was a disaster.
Asper Warrior asked a good question here, which I think brings up a comment I want to make. He says, I would really like the FBI drone operator and whoever ordered him hit the stand and explain why they're there. Also, there were a lot of cops up on the rooftops and other places observing this and recording. Has any of that come out yet? Do you think we're going to see any of that?
Prosecution has brought 5 or 6 different cops to the stand, asking them questions, trying to make a point of, these young folks with guns were not necessary. The cops are going to take over. And a bunch of the cops were like, no, we were told to stand down. We couldn't go in there. We were not allowed to go in there because there was too much violence. So even their own, that's the funny thing is the first half of the trial has been all prosecutorial witnesses. So the prosecutor has called all these witnesses that should be against Kyle Rittenhouse. And so far, every single one has just blown a hole in their case completely. Good. They've Rosenbombed the case so bad that it is now bleeding out on the side of the road. They tried bringing in for Rosenbaum, the crazy one that started all of this. They brought in his girlfriend to make her. They were going to make her the sob story. Oh, my poor boyfriend got killed. Mm-hmm. Well, she inadvertently admitted on the stand that he had just come out of a mental hospital and was on antipsychotics. So once prosecution brings that into evidence, defense can come in. They had a whole sidebar that they had to take because the defense was like, well, we're going to ask her about the medications. We're going to ask her what they're for. And the judge, to be fair, the judge was like, well, if she doesn't know the answer, we can't have her testify.
Yeah, she's not a medical doctor. You can bring in the doctor.
So they were like, well, why don't we bring her in as a kind of a sidebar without the jury, and we'll ask her if she knows all about this. She fucking knew every drug he was on and every reason he was on it. She knew all of his medical history. So
didn't that guy look? Isn't that the guy that was fighting with him earlier? That was going after him.
The thumb-looking guy, bald guy.
Yeah, didn't that guy look? Yeah,
he was a manlet. He was 5'3".
Yeah, didn't that guy look like he was completely unhinged?
Yes, because he had just gotten out of the mental hospital that day.
Yeah.
Yes, he talked about this was on Friday. They talked about his drugs, what drugs he was on. They talked about his mental health issues. It was like, well, this didn't work out for the prosecution at all, did it? So, the lawyers that are watching the stream that I'm watching is a group of lawyers that are watching. A lot of them are calling for, I can't remember what it's called. Basically, if the evidence is so set in place that there is no possibility that the jury could come to any other conclusion than what the law says, they can basically, it's like summary judgment, where you go to the judge and you're like, listen, our case is so cut and dry that there is no way that anybody could misconstrue this. Just
end it now.
Rule on it and let him go free.
Yeah.
What these lawyers have claimed is that type of criminal summary judgment never happens. Happens so rarely that it's just a wild card. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them at this point are like, it's about a 15% chance that we could see a summary judgment on this, because
I don't think so.
That's the other thing. So my argument is, I don't think that's going to happen.
They need to go all the way through with this, even for Rittenhouse's own good.
The judge has said he wants it to go all the way through because he wants to have high confidence in the turnout of this case. He doesn't want anybody to come out of it questioning whether the case was tried legally. So I don't think that'll happen. Mm-hmm. But they are so confident that, I mean, watching the prosecution has been a joke. It has been... It's just they have tried making cases, and again, all of their arguments are emotional. Oh, I did this and this, when none of it is relevant. The only thing that matters, because they even tried for the guy today, Gross Courts, they tried making an argument, a emotional argument of what he felt today, and finally the defense objected to it, and it was like, and even the judge was like, "Why are you bringing this in here? His opinion of his emotions doesn't weigh at all on the fact of, did Rittenhouse did Rittenhouse I know, mixing them up.
What's this conflation? Did
Rittenhouse fear for his life when he pulled the trigger? Had your thoughts and did you fear for your life had nothing to do with it. You weren't the one on trial, you know?
Well, that's not how it works. I mean, do you feel like your life is imminently threatened and you could lose it if you don't take action?
Were you taking 2 skateboard shots to the head and a foot to the head, and did you have... Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
So it's going horribly for the prosecution. It's going swimmingly for the defense. It has been wonderful to watch.
It sounds like it's a pretty strong judge here, right? Which is a good thing.
That's a big thing, that a lot of people have made the statement that you couldn't have wished for a better judge. This judge gives no Fs. He doesn't take shit from either side, defense or prosecution. Doesn't bow down to anybody, and really sticks to his guns when it comes to stuff like this.
Okay. Go ahead, Walt. Sorry. Cut you off.
It ain't over till it's over.
No, see, that's a wild card. From what I understand, the wild card is a jury. Juries can always, you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah. And it sounds like...
Hey,
I think we had an election like that, didn't we?
Yeah. Several.
So it's been an interesting... Oh, there's another misstep last week that I just couldn't help but giggle at because it was so bad. The skateboarder that was killed, they had his great aunt or whatever on the stand because she helped raise him, and basically was just tiptoeing around the whole he was a good boy, which is character evidence. Just tiptoeing around he was a good boy. Mm-hmm. So they... Oh, he wasn't the pedophile. No, he wasn't the pedophile.
Oh, okay.
But they took a recess because there was an objection to bringing in a certain piece of character evidence. The defense objected to it. They took a recess so they could argue the point. Eventually, the judge, after the recess came back, it was lunchtime, so they took like a 30-minute. Judge came back and said, listen, I'm actually reading through this thing. I think that this character evidence can be brought in front of the jury. And then he looked over at the defense and was like, but you guys wanted to make a point. And one of the defense attorneys stood up and was like, okay, so if you're going to bring in character evidence, we are also going to bring in character evidence. We're going to talk about the time that he was arrested for putting a knife to his brother's throat and telling him, I will gut you like a pig, because he wasn't cleaning his room fast enough. We'll talk about the time that he was arrested for beating his sister. They had all these things that they were like, we're going to bring these into evidence. And the prosecution was like, we'll wish that guy saved.
We're out.
Yeah.
So is the jury hearing that? Is this
No, the jury was out for all of that. All the deliberation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, prosecution... No fucking way. Prosecution was like, they brought the jury back in, the aunt was on the stand, and they were like, we take that question back. You can scratch from the record. And they adjourned, and they moved on and let the cross-examination start. They had no follow-up whatsoever.
Yeah. I see why you're loving this. I was like, man, Patrick Patrick is all up in this, but it sounds pretty
It's
good.
amazing. It's like watching what are those like court TV shows like Law and Order, but it's real and it's raw and you don't know what's gonna happen. And then there's some big blowout where somebody says something stupid on the stand and you're like, oh my god, he just said the dumbest thing ever. Why would he say that?
Yeah,
great.
someone's compared this to Tiger King. They said this would be the Tiger King of 2021, 22.
I would watch this fully through again more than Tiger King. This has been it's been beautiful.
As Walter said, though, it's not over.
No,
like be careful with your heart. Don't get your heart invested, deeply invested. I mean, listen, I hope they let this. I hope they let that kid out. I hope they let him off.
All you Trumpsters out there, just. You know, and that's not. Yeah, you know, you can't count on a jury to do what's
right.
Oh, and then
right.
What does the jury look like? Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
One more big one from today. I don't know if I sent this picture over, but prosecution ended asking Gross, Gray, whatever the guy is, it lost his bicep, Gage Rosencourts, whatever, asking him, do you regret anything from that evening? And he was like, no, I don't regret anything.
Yeah, he lost the bicep, gained $1 million.
So, they brought up his lawsuit. He's asking for $10 million from the from the city of Kenosha, and pretty much shot himself in the foot through his testimony today, where he's like, there is no way they're going to make an offer to him at all. But so his answer was, I regret nothing. Defense comes on, and there's a tweet that came out from his roommate at the time.
Well, I want to shoot him in the head or something like that. I want to put a round in his head.
Kid,
I think we have that. Let me see if I can throw that out.
With his gun in hand. I just talked to Gage Grosskreutz, too. His only regret was not killing the kid and hesitating to pull the gun before emptying the entire mag into him. So now that has been admitted to evidence, and it's like, oh, so you have no regrets. But this guy says you did have regrets. And of course on the stand he said, oh no, I never said that. But now they get to bring this guy in as a witness on the defense side. It's just it's just so good. It's so good to watch.
I'm glad that he has a good defense team, and it's unfortunate that not everyone in our community got behind Rittenhouse. I mean, look, I don't believe in forcing people to do or not do things.
Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Yeah, but yeah. So
those patriots at Black Rifle Coffee Company.
Yeah,
this
idiots. That's what they are. People who I would rather choke and die than support them.
This case will set a precedent for self-defense for 15 years in the future. This is going to be looked at. If he comes through and gets acquitted for everything, this will be the standard for self-defense going forward. Well, depending on because again, at the same time, the black guy Ahmaud Arbery's case is going on right now, and I don't know how that one's going to go.
I mean that was in my opinion that was straight up murder, and that one was
they had some very interesting. They had some very interesting stuff brought into the case. I don't know how it's going to play out because they were on the phone with the cops and they had already. Again, I haven't looked into that case as much as I have the Rittenhouse case because I strongly support Rittenhouse.
I think it's a different thing. Like those guys were not in danger. Why were they messing with someone jogging on the street? Even if let's say he was a thief. Let's say we go to that extent.
It's hard.
Like it's
I
not.
don't know how you could. But again, I don't know a whole lot about the case. But that's going on at the same time. So there's lots of court going on. Right
I mean, it's what we talk about. Like even when you do the CCW and you do a lot of different things, because you have a CCW, because you can own guns doesn't make you a law enforcement officer.
Bicep Man. Part of his testimony today, missing bicep. The one-armed bandit today. Defended himself by saying, "Oh, I was there as an EMT. I was there to help. I would never go to hurt anybody. I would never willingly take a life." And it's like, why the fuck did you have a gun in your pants? The reason I keep a gun on me is so I can kill somebody before they kill me. That's like the point of it. I can.
Why are you running in the street like an animal?
Yeah.
I mean, like
You're keeping a deadly weapon in your pants for a reason. It's so I am very difficult to kill. I don't want somebody killing me. That's why I have it, or my family.
I think a lot of people miss that. Armament and Axis is asking, what does the jury look like? He's wondering what my thoughts are and why I asked that. The reason why I asked that, I think that, when these trials are going on, they very carefully pick the people in the jury. So when we talk about the judge, if the judge is seems like a very conservative, common sense, no nonsense judge, that's a good thing. And you also want to know, like, what are the what does the jury look like? I'm not talking about race or race alone. I think that does play a big part in some trials. But, like, what kind of people are we talking about here? Are these the kind of people that believe that a person has the right to defend themselves? Or are these the kind of people that you should run and curl up in a ball and let people take whatever, do whatever they want to you kind of people? So,
the problem here is, well, and it's not a problem per se. It's because of our modern era. No photos, nothing can be talked about the jury. That's the only thing that's been banned from the trial, is you're not allowed to talk about the jury because they don't want the jury pool tainted. There is speculation that a lot of the jury pool from the what's his name with the knee on the neck, the black guy, the fentanyl guy.
Yeah, that was kind of.
There's a lot of speculation that his jury pool was highly tainted. And they most likely are going to be taking that to.
They made statements. The jury people made statements that attest to that.
They're being very careful with this one, not to let anything out about the jury. They don't want anybody knowing who they are. Nothing.
Yeah, and part of this that maybe people didn't see is that there's a very careful process in choosing the actual jury and then the alternates. Like, lots of folks out there in America have gone through this whole thing that involves the judge, the lawyers, and all that kind of stuff. And on each side, they get to pick people who they think are friendly to them, and they get to actually kick people out. That's how the last time I was called for jury duty, I got kicked out, because I think the case was where a black guy and a white guy got into a fight in my town, and his defense team kicked me out immediately.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the way that it is.
So they've already dismissed one juror. The judge instantly dismissed a juror. He was walking out of court on like Wednesday or Thursday last week, and made a joke about, well, thank goodness it wasn't the police shooting a black guy, because he would have had way more holes in him. The next day he got dismissed. First thing in the morning, they called him back in and said, "Nah, you're off. Got rid of him."
Well, he's an idiot. So we don't need him on this.
The interesting thing that I found that Kenosha does, or I guess Wisconsin in general does, that I don't know that Florida does this, is they keep the entire jury pool all together. So all 12 jurors, I think it is, plus the alternates.
I think a lot of states do that, yeah.
You don't, so until the case is decided at the very end, until you are going into deliberation, you don't know if you're a juror or an alternate juror. So it forces the jurors to pay closer attention, because what I've heard happens in some jurisdictions is you find out you're an alternate juror, you sit in court, you're just like, well, they're never going to call me. Why am I paying attention? You zone out. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're keeping everybody together. You don't know if you're an alternate or a full juror until it's time to decide the case. And then they tell you, okay, you are the actual jurors. Now go back and deliberate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Armory and Axis says George Floyd. That's who we were speaking about.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So they're, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. I think, everyone has a dog in the hunt or whatever for all these different things. In this case, I think it's really plain for everyone in America to see what happened there to that kid. Like, I don't think he should have been there. I wouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have wanted my kids to be there. But ultimately, he was there. And it says something messed up about America, that the kids have to go out there and do what the government and law enforcement and the people, and other people won't do. And ultimately, he had the right to defend himself.
You know what's really interesting about our legal system that I'm learning now is most of the people come to it with a preconceived notion of what he did wrong and why he's guilty for something, and don't understand that whatever your notions are about, he shouldn't have been there, he shouldn't have been doing this, it has nothing to do. What he is charged with, none of that matters. Mm-hmm. Basically, what matters is, was he in fear for his life? Did he have the right to self-defense? Which pretty clearly is a yes, which means he's in the right, other than maybe maybe the gun charge.
Yeah,
which is a misdemeanor and a maximum of like a 1 year probation. It's not.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing.
I mean, I still hope they don't hit him with that because look, I mean, look at the situation there. When you have a situation where the cops are sitting off from that,
yeah.
If you're in that, now I said before, I don't really think he should have been there and been in it. But if you're in it, you better be armed.
I wouldn't want to be part of that.
Yeah, if you're in that, you better be armed.
I would have made, if there was a big riot going on in downtown Gainesville, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be sitting in my house watching it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
If the riot comes down my street, we're going to have issues. That's a different
Game
topic.
on. Game
yes,
on.
That's a very different topic. But if it's, I'm not looking to go downtown and protect businesses. It's not, I don't care.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Walter.
That whole season of rioting was all backed by the government anyways, or backed by the people running for office, and some of the government too, by the way.
Pushed by
100%.
And it doesn't matter if you notice how it's gotten quiet now, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Are we still protesting? Are we still worried about who's dying? Nah, it don't matter no more.
But look at the case. Did you guys saw this thing with what's the name of this Republican that on January 6th was telling the Capitol Police they have guns to start shooting people.
Oh, that anybody who has watched politics for more than 5 or 6 years knows exactly where he sits on things, and that is not a pun.
Lindsey Graham.
Is, from what I hear, also very.
What are you trying to say? Maybe he knows where the ATF glory hole is. Oh,
I think he might.
Lindsey Graham told police to use their guns against January 6th rioters, take back the Senate. Yeah. So, and if you didn't see it, but here's the thing about that. So they sat back and watched Americans, all the flavors, everyone on the rainbow of the spectrum of being Americans, losing their homes, their businesses, being assaulted, watching their property destroyed, being murdered. They sat back and watched that and did nothing. And then when people roll up on them, they tell those guys to start shooting.
Yes, that's how ruling classes work. And I think a lot of people are realizing that. I am better than thee. I am more important than thee. I have guards. I am more protected. You can't be here.
This is sacred ground.
Exactly.
Hollow ground or whatever. This is where no. It ain't hollow ground. It's a damn building. I mean, and look. I wasn't there. I didn't see all the details, but I didn't see anybody like burning the place down. Did you?
No.
Was anybody lighting fires?
There was some shenanigans, but that I don't.
No.
That doesn't come anywhere close. That didn't come anywhere close to what we saw.
Stop. Nobody lit the fucking place on fire.
No, I said that. I said no.
If it would have been the other bunch that did all the shit during all this going on, they would have lit the fucking place on fire.
But I said no. There wasn't any of that. But there was some little. That's why I called it shenanigans. That's like light stuff.
It's child's play.
Yeah, well, have you seen?
So what you do is you just let them have their fun. You don't have to shoot anybody. You just say you guys need to get the fuck out of here, or it's going to turn really bad.
Have you guys been following the FBI stuff coming out about January 6th?
Not all of it, no.
FBI. It's turning out that the FBI knew what was happening, and either
they were working it.
At the very minimum, didn't do anything to help. And at the most likely end of it, we're helping propagate all of it and move it all along.
What?
Yes. No. You see the pictures from that. You see the short-haired guys all gathering together in a group, and they all got the Apple Watches on. They're all feds, or something like that.
Kioski said there was a shooting, but they shot an innocent person. Now there were some officers injured, and I think one or two people died ultimately just based on health conditions and things like that.
Yeah. He probably had a heart attack and died.
He did. He had a heart attack and died. It had nothing to do with.
But nobody got shot point blank right in the neck. All right.
Yeah.
And that's that bullshit.
Other than one.
I mean, let's flip it around here. What if it had been a white Capitol Police guy shot a black guy? You think he would have walked?
Oh, his name would have been all over Twitter within
I
4 hours.
I can only answer that by
no.
saying no, Walt.
No,
You know.
no. Black Lives Matter would have been there screaming at the top of their lungs, "Oh my God, he got you!" And it's like,
Armament Access sees that comment that just went up. This is the quote, no filter
Yeah.
Walter time.
Bricks says the death of an officer is shenanigans, question mark. I mean, he did get hit in the head and killed.
I don't believe he did.
Look, what happened at January 6th, we can sit here and we can argue about it and things. I'm not saying nothing happened. I'm just telling you it pales in comparison to what happened throughout this country, and these political leaders sat back and did nothing about it. So
for months.
Washington Post, which I'm giving you leeway by giving you Washington Post. April 19th, Capitol Police Officer Brian Sitnick, who engaged a rioter, suffered 2 strokes and died of natural causes. So
thank you.
Throw that one right out the window.
Hey, what about Italy? Remember when COVID was going through Italy and 100,000 people died of COVID in Italy? Remember that? How many really died of COVID?
Yeah, a lot less. I think I sent you guys that article.
You sent that over. What was that story?
Yeah, let me see. I have to go back and find that.
America, when you see these figures about these 100,000 or 200,000 people in the U.S. dying of COVID, it is effing bullshit.
It's lies.
Hank, we just need to have Free-for-All Monday for the rest of the week because we have so much shit to cover.
There's too much.
When that was going on, when all that COVID crap was going on, it still goes on. If there was a pandemic really going on, I mean a real pandemic, people would have been dying on sidewalks.
So here's the headline. Italy makes a stunning announcement about COVID-19 death toll. Italy's Institute of Health now counts only those who died from COVID-19 as having died from COVID-19, reducing COVID-19 deaths in the hard-hit country from over 130,000 to fewer than 4,000. That's just the basic headlines.
You gotta ring the bell on that bitch because they're doing the same thing here. There's no pandemic. You'd have, like I said, you'd have people dying. You'd have people dying in the front of the hospital if there was a pandemic.
You know that scene? Has anybody out there watched the Walking Dead? I started rewatching it the other day. The scene from the first season, like first episode, when he gets out of the hospital, and it's just
I remember that. That I saw. Yeah,
that's what a pandemic really looks like.
Yeah, I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale. Which is a very liberal book. Yeah, I've been looking at that, and it was a liberal book written by a very liberal person. And in that book, they said that conservatives took over the country and basically became like jihadists or something here in America. But here's the reason why it's interesting, because everything that they're talking about people like doing in that is what they are doing. This is the stuff that they are doing now in America. So,
could you imagine? Oh, what's that book that the Something Diaries? That is considered like this horribly racist book. I can't think of what it's called. But it would be basically, from what you explained, the Turner Diaries. It's don't go looking it up. It's like akin to looking up what's the Anarchist Cookbook? Everybody thinks the boogeyman's going to come find you for looking it up. But The Handmaid's Tale sounds like the extreme left version of the Turner Diaries.
Yeah.
The Turner Diaries is the opposite of that, where like anyways, I'm going to have to go look it up.
If you take the premise that they're putting forward there and flip it, you'll see that they are the ones being fascists about everything and arresting people and all of that kind of stuff. Kioski says, I've suggested that the homeless population would have been ravished with this so contagious.
And they weren't.
I know.
Now, obviously,
they're having more issues with
the people in the worst sanitary conditions, the closest confines, did not get demolished, pulverized, destroyed. Because they're a little bit stronger because they eat dirt. Okay, I mean, you got to look at the people. Most of the people who died of COVID are the people who might have died of the flu.
This sounds.
I mean,
awful.
it's the same. It's the same idea. It's
what
the same
sounds
concept.
awful?
The Handmaid's Tale. I'm reading the wiki article on it.
It does, but if you look at it,
hot garbage.
If you look at it and you put it in the scope of what they're doing today, often people telegraph what they're going to do and try to put it on other people. Say other people are going to do it, and then they do it. So
the famous hashtag confession through projection.
Yeah. So now, listen, we got to turn on to another thing here. I just want to say this. I saw someone asking about this in this chat. A lot of this stuff has come up, so I feel like we have to touch this. Walter's showing off a
I picked
patch.
this up at Sema.
Yeah. So I just want to talk about this Big Daddy Guns thing here. Now, this is going to get complicated. This is going to get
Can I say
complicated.
it? Since you both used to
Go ahead.
collect it. Big Daddy Guns back to gun buyout. A gun buyout thing in Gainesville, Florida. And they act like, well, we just were trying to help. We were just trying to help people learn about locks and safes and all that stuff. We didn't know any better. That's because they're not gun people.
Yeah.
Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah.
They're not gun people.
They didn't,
Okay.
ultimately I think they didn't know any better. But let me just say this. So we have been separated from Big Daddy Guns for a long time, for years here. When it first happened, I had that conversation with you guys in regards to myself, Patrick and Walter. We have all been burned. I don't spend a lot of time on it. I don't get into it because, one, they're in our neck of the woods, specifically myself and Patrick. We have both worked with them and for them in the past. We no longer do so. I'm not. Honestly, people may think this about me, that I like drama or whatever. I actually don't. I don't care to do that. You can ask Patrick. Like, Patrick is the vindictive one. He's the one you don't want to mess with in this whole crew of the three of us. And Patrick knows that. I'm a kind of person that I just would rather. I believe success is the best revenge with a lot of things.
You're the type that karma will come around eventually. I'm
Yeah.
the type that I would like to be that karmic payback, but I try not to be. I try not to be.
One of us is a
avoid-
vicious person when he gets mad.
Drama is non-productive.
Yeah. So
Yes.
the reason
If
though.
you can walk away, you're better off.
Yes. Now, things have been coming up about them lately, and people keep trying to come back to us. I got a text from someone. So it was actually. I'm gonna see if I could do this. Oh, I guess I can't do this without showing who it is. So I'm just gonna show. I'm gonna show VSO. Someone asked him on one of his videos. Does Hank Strange own BDU? I'm pretty sure he lives around the Gainesville area, and he's the first person I ever heard talk about it years ago. So and there's been several things. They basically jacked someone's patent or whatever with the trigger situation thing that's going on. Then this particular thing where they backed a gun buyback, where the Gainesville Police Department bought back guns to be destroyed. And there's other things that's been going on. They've burned lots of people. They've burned us. No, I don't have any ownership. To be honest with you guys, I was supposed to have something, but that is one of the
Surprise.
yeah, that's one of the places where I got burned by those guys, along with other things. Yeah, so, I think it sucks what they did, but I think what Walter said is true. They don't know any better. I don't feel that they're really gun guys at the core of that company and who owns it and runs it. I think they have a lot of money, and I believe that they are into guns, but they don't know well enough a lot of these things. And obviously they've burned a lot of good people. I'm not even talking about me. My friend Patrick that you guys are looking at here is a very good person that they burned big time. And that's really the thing that pisses me off more than anything. But they've also burned Walter. So
Yeah, there's a lot of burns out there. If anybody out there has seen people talk about them, and then all of a sudden they're no longer talking about them,
Yeah,
maybe you should ask them why.
It's not coincidence to say that.
Yeah. And I'm not happy to see this stuff. It sucks. It's the kind of thing like. But, I think ultimately I'm not responsible for those people. I walked away from them a long time ago. I don't do things with them. They live in my backyard. I don't want to spend my life fighting with folks, because I would rather enjoy my wife and my kids and my friends and live my life and fight the fights that I think that are really worth it to me. But, there comes a moment when, for me, I'm going to let Patrick and Walter say what they have to say here in a second. But for me, I have to talk about this stuff because it's just coming at me from a lot of different directions constantly. So we have no affiliation with those guys. We walked away from it a long time ago. And we've all been burned. And I know there's lots of people out there. And there will be lots more people, because ultimately my perception of these guys is they really They have no honor, is the best way I could put it to you. They really don't have any honor, and that's just my
They have an
opinion.
allegiance to the old.
Yeah, we all need money, but I'm not gonna
Of course
screw you
do,
guys
but if
over money.
if you're gonna, what they did with me, they ordered some stuff, and then when they get it, then they decided they didn't want it and sent it back.
Yeah, but you had to make it, and so then you had to eat the
Well, I
cost
mean,
of
and
that.
it was class 3 stuff too, so it was transfers and all that stuff, and it's just like I wasn't like heartbroken, but it just goes to show you, and we're not talking tens of thousands of dollars either. We're not talking huge sums. We're talking a few things. They could have paid for it, and they would have sold the stuff. I have a couple ideas what happened aside from them. I think there's some
I know what
other.
happened.
I know somebody else was involved with that too. By the way,
Yes. Yes.
but nevertheless, live and let live. Karma will take care of all the scumbags. Trust me.
We're all doing well. We're all doing better.
Absolutely.
and
I think
probably
so.
stronger and better for it. Yeah. I'm gonna let you go, Patrick, and then Walter probably will have some stuff to say here.
I don't. The only thing I can say is, if people want to know more about my side of anything, you meet me in person and buy me a beer, and I can tell you all about it. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go in. I like getting into some drama, but I don't want to go into this on the internet, where it can be taken and misconstrued. But if you ever meet me in person, I'm more than happy to give you my whole story.
That's a good policy.
Yeah. I think, look, it's, the reason why we're talking about this thing now, like I said, this has been years ago that we separated from these guys. And it's like everything we do is public here. That's why we do this show, right? We come on here and we talk about things and we tell you guys what's going on. We may not harp on something, unless we really feel some kind of, some kind of need to do that.
People need to start. Again, I think people need to start reading between the lines on some of these things. If your favorite YouTube, GunTube, whatever, shilled for them very hard for a long time, and then all of a sudden stopped overnight, there's a reason why, and you should ask them.
Yeah.
But their business is not my
it's
business.
It's all about the money, man. I tell you what.
I'm not going to put their business out there because that's their business.
Yeah. And also with us, if you saw that, so with me personally, I think you guys took your burns. With me personally, I put those guys on my back. And I brought them into this world. I brought them into
screwed out of a job after 6 months. Yours
yeah,
was
I mean,
a little more personal.
Well, I put my name behind those guys, and I literally put them on
exactly.
my back and brought them into this gun world and introduced them to people and stuff like that. And then once they met those people that they thought had bigger numbers than me and all that kind of stuff, they didn't know me, and they, and their true colors came out. But this happens over and over again, and if you see me years ago stop dealing with those guys, and then on this show I said, hey, we're not dealing with these guys anymore. We don't want to make a big thing of it, then it's that. If people didn't see that, I don't know. I can't do anything about that, right? I could put the message out there, but if people don't see it, but I'm just saying this, and I'm sure there's people who still won't see it and think I own it or something like that. I don't own it. If I owned it, it would be a lot better than what it is. But I don't, and I don't have that kind of money. It takes a lot of money. Those guys definitely have money, and they've thrown their money around. The funny thing about people who throw money around, once they feel like they own you, they feel like they can do whatever they want to you. And my principle as a man, I'm not willing as a man to do anything for money. To me, that's not being a man. But I need money to take care of myself and my family and my friends.
I will do anything to support my family for money. Like, I won't do anything to whore myself out, but I'll do anything to make sure that what I have here in Marley and everything is comfortable. I will do just about anything for that. But yeah, I will not. I have limits. $45,000 is the limit for my ass. Remember?
Yeah. So that's just the thing, Walt. I don't know if you have anything to say on this, but people will keep coming at me. I know about this thing probably more so than you guys. And this has been going on, this thing's been going on for years and months and weeks and days. And I'm just telling you, I have no affiliation with those guys. I make no decisions over there. I don't know what they're up to, but I know all of this is well within their character. That's why we don't deal with them. So all the things that you see are well. And I know lots of people have made videos about this and talked about it. I haven't really seen any of those, because I would rather just put that whole thing behind me, and I want to live in the place that I live, and I want to be happy with myself and my family, and and there's other people that work with these guys that really don't have anything to do with this.
Some people have made videos and some people haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, lost the light there. Hold on a second. Yeah, you guys go ahead. Say what you have to say. I'm going to be back here. Oh, there it goes. The light. And then it comes back on. And it goes back off.
Put a quarter in that video.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys do what you're going to do. I'll be right back here in a sec.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's one of those things where it's
Karma.
best. I've learned that I can be a vindictive little shit, but I've learned that karma will come around. It just takes time. I want things to happen quicker than karma takes.
It's hard to, if you believe in that kind of stuff, you have to kind of live it too. So if you think it'll come back around to get you, don't be a turd yourself.
Exactly.
It could come back around to get you. And
listen, it's taken me time, and I'm growing every day.
Yes. I said I don't like drama. I don't like conflict. Well, all that stuff does is make you sick.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be physically sick from all that stuff. And
Yep.
And I don't. Let me say something. I might not have all my hair in the front. But my hair's not all gray. Some of these fuckers that like to fight all the time, they look like they're 85 years old and they're 40.
Yes.
All right. So if you want to be that way, go for it. Have a nice day. Smoke yourself to death and fight yourself to death. I ain't with you. You can have a nice day.
Your soul is like a tree, and you should feed it good things and not negative emotions.
Now, by the way, just so people know, and not to change the subject, and we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes. Walter, Patrick, and I, just amongst us, and amongst the whole crew, people you don't see here right now, we fight all the time, but we genuinely care about each other, so we get through our shit.
We have disagreements. I wouldn't call it fighting. Fighting.
But that's
is
natural.
little,
Well, maybe not fighting. It's different levels or whatever. We get on each other's nerves or do things, or we all have different ideas mostly.
We're overall on the same wavelength, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we had, I won't say who we had dinner with when we were seeing. We had dinner with somebody that is in the gun business, and he's in a different realm. I mean, a different mindset, a lot of stuff. But the basics are all the same.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to family and everything else, everybody's thinking the same thing. We might not.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Chris Bullis. Let me just say this. Chris Bullis says, "I just thought the explanation they gave to Coleon was BS, and he went hard for it. I didn't see it, and honestly, I really like Coleon Noir. I mean, I can't tell you guys anything other than that. But remember, you have to think about what people's what their books are, and what I mean by their books do they have anything in the game? So I didn't see that video, and I don't know whether or not Coleon said that. But that's why I always tell you guys where I have something, I have a dog in the hunt. So if you're making money from someone, you're probably going to go for things. So, and then I don't know if necessarily Coleon is looking for the truth here in the gun community, like we're looking for it. But if I was making money from someone, I would tell you guys that. And other people may not. And I don't know whether or not he mentioned that, but I'm just saying to you guys, that's why you see that, right? If someone represents a lot of money for you and they tell you stuff, you believe them. That's the same thing that happened pretty much with the SB Tactical guy. He didn't talk to us after everything came out because he knows we would have pushed back hard on his nonsense. That's why he never came on here. So that's how it goes. That's what I can tell you about that.
If anybody ever wants a full story and I see you out and about, if I get to NRA or any of these other places, well, eventually I get there and you get me, buy me a beer, I will be more than happy to answer questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, did you guys want to say anything here before I start wrapping it up? Because I know I'm keeping these guys open.
YouTube.com/babyfaceP. Hank's new gun that I can't take credit for went up on the channel this
morning.
Is?
Oh, it's up? Okay, cool. Check out Babyface P.
I cannot believe that I like that thing as much as I do. It needs a little
yeah,
more.
Because he was all like, bullpups. I don't care about bullpups. That thing looks ugly.
Yet. So the most impressive thing is at the end of the video, I realized that you can pull the charging handle out of the gun and use it to switch between high brass and low brass on the swivel up front. And then you put it right back in. I was mind blown that was a thing.
Listen, this is an Israeli thing, man. I mean, there's a reason why their stuff is good. And why it's cool.
I was very impressed with it. I will say I was very, very impressed with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Walter?
But that's it for me.
Yes. Make sure you check out Babyface P on YouTube. He's got good stuff going up there. Walt, what do you want to tell the folks out there?
I want to tell the folks... anyways, I was going to do something stupid, and I can't think what I was going to do now. Just be me. Safe Dare Firearms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So is Dirtfoot Racing. I posted some videos from Sema on Dirtfoot Racing and on YouTube. Ford at Sema with their electric Mustang 4-door.
No, it's not a Mustang.
Patrick, they had. You got to watch my video. It's on YouTube.
Are those videos doing well? I hope those videos are doing well.
I mentioned your name in the thing. I said, Patrick, it's an orange. And I said, Patrick, no, it's electric and it's a 4-door. Oh,
I'm gonna have to go watch this now.
Yeah. Make sure.
But anyways,
check out Dirtfoot Racing. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get Walter to get to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. So all you folks out there,
45.
Tell your granny to watch it. Tell anybody to watch it. Just hook up. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I swear, and I don't say any bad words on Dirtfoot Racing either, so you won't get.
How
I'm
sweet.
a sailor. Would I?
Your kids can watch Dirtfoot Racing, and
That's so precious.
Yeah, I'm a sailor.
They're not going to be repeating bad words from me.
I don't think Babyface curses on his channel.
I try not to. I actually got scolded by a couple people before. I used profanity. I dropped an F-bomb that was totally unnecessary, and some people just commented and were like, "Man, that just doesn't seem right for you." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't."
They obviously don't watch the podcast.
You must. You had a wave of your former employee pass over you, and you didn't realize.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This is where all that comes out.
Yeah.
Anyways, and there's stemparts.com too, so check out stemparts.
Absolutely. So listen, this is probably going to be the only show this week. I don't know. I'll try to see if I could do something, but I doubt it here because I got to get on the road and get back. Once I get back, though, we're going to get these shows pumping like crazy. We are part of the Firearms Radio Network now, so shout out to all the people that are parts of that. We've got a lot of good stuff going on. Once we get back, we'll get into it. You guys will see more videos coming out on Hank Strange as well, even though they're going to knock us down. These guys are going to have more stuff. Lots of good stuff going on here.
I'm excited
into the
to show
new year.
guns off again.
I got a bunch of guns to shoot. I got brand new guns I ain't even shot yet.
Yeah, we have a lot of shooting that we need to do. We need to have some folks come out and do stuff with us, all of that. So just stick with us. I'll be back. I'll get back in town, and we'll get back to doing this regularly. Make sure you go sign up on Utreon. I'm going to run in the end, and one of these dudes is going to hit us with words of wisdom. I'm going to run the end in right now. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you smash those thumbs ups and ring the bell. We're going to rip the audio out of this, throw it up on iTunes and all your favorite places to listen to your audio podcast. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us, being patient. We are getting back into the thick of it here. Who's got the words of wisdom?
I'm going to go with Walter here and say that what he was saying earlier, karma is real. It takes time, especially if you're like me. It takes time to learn that. But karma will come back around eventually, even if it takes a long time.
Yeah, and you know what? That goes both ways. When you take care of people, when you're good to people, it takes care of you when you get in trouble and when you need it.
And one thing the Boy Scouts always say, do a good turn daily.
Yes.
So that means hold the door open for Granny, pick up some litter, don't be a turd. Okay.
It's good for
Take
your
care
soul.
of each other. Help someone you don't have to help. Be good to someone you don't have to be good to.
It's good for your soul.
Yeah. Be a good person, and let's make the world a better place, including this world, our community that we live in. We do this because we care about you guys. Genuinely. Believe you me. We all do it at a price.
It feels good coming on here.
I do it because Hank Strange belittles me if I don't.
That's right. It cleanses my soul to come on here and talk shit for an hour, 2 hours.
That's why we do this. All right, and I miss you guys too. I miss you, Walter, Patrick, all you folks out there.
You were glad I took off, man. You were tired of me after 3 days, man.
Yeah, you were taking Lola's side too much, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you come back, you and I got
some
night
girls,
Yeah.
We got some night hiking to do when you get back in town.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, I'll see you. We're out of here. Peace and love. Peace and love to everybody. We're out of here.